haircut, and I am unsure about how I feel about it.
Yeah, it looks good. I was gonna ask if you had a
It's
new
so
haircut.
handsome.
It's like an undercut and then like a side part. And I was trying to figure out what might work well with my hair type that I have left. And
Looking good, buddy.
Man, it looks good.
this will be here until it falls out, basically.
Yeah, right. That's why I wear hats all the time.
I'm gonna take your route eventually.
All right. Well, how is everybody doing?
Good.
I'm on the second dose.
Oh, yeah. Did you just get it today?
Tuesday.
So you're like in recovering from.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Did you
How's
just get
that?
it today?
Uh,
Are you feeling better than yesterday?
I am.
It's good.
That's good.
I think.
I only had the one dose shot, but I had like super fever like the next day.
Oh,
Like
damn.
12 hours later, and then I was down for like 8 hours. I was just like, oh, this is miserable. I'm not getting out of bed.
Your body's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I did not like it.
Ileana's eligible now.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that's good.
So I'm scheduling her for, I think, Wednesday.
Nice.
Good. Awesome.
Cool,
You
cool.
just made me very sleepy, and I took a nap.
I'm so jealous of anyone who just had it easy.
Yeah, me too.
But all good and glad. Are we all vaccinated now?
Yeah, I am.
I think so.
I'm fully inoculated.
Chance.
Nice.
Can you not hear me? There it is. No,
Oh,
not
Oh
yet.
no, we couldn't hear you.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I just realized that I had all these really cool like
Stinks.
animated frames and different backgrounds in D&D Beyond because I have a master subscription, and like it's pretty cool.
Well, so a lot of stuff happened last week. A lot of stuff. My goodness, so many things. Oh, I did figure out how to clear the chat. So I could have cleared it and asked you not to go back and view the archive. So that would have been nice last week.
We were all honorable about that.
I know, I do appreciate that. But let me get a little chat music going. Yeah, so last session started an hour past the high sun on the 22nd of the Claw of Sunsets, 1495 DR. The party wrapped up business at the Temple of Bahamut by searching through the false scale bearer's office and bedroom. Inside the desk, they found and disarmed a trapped drawer, although it was in a little odd order in my retelling, which contained a draft of a letter to Furlam Mondath and a seal of the Keepers of the Horde. So, like, for sealing letters, whatever.
A
Then
wax
the big,
seal.
yeah, but yeah. Then the big old crew, including the party minus Jerk, Sivvikar, Radoth, Phelan, their captives, Georgai, Nun, and Drelmor, the half-dragon spy, headed over into the Hall of Justice to turn in their massive mound of evidence. Once there, they were faced with a lot of bureaucracy and Hans, before being led to the general of Neverwinter's forces, War Duke Sabine. The War Duke executed the order on behalf of the Lord Protector in order to give everyone who was on trial previously the first rank within the Lord's Alliance. And then through some decent storytelling, everyone gained one more rank of a 2-star cloak, Ixavix gaining his first rank in the Lord's Alliance. After Sivvikar offered to open the temple's coffers to financially assist the Alliance war efforts, the party discussed plans to cut off the cultists before they were able to deliver the captive kobolds to their respective locations. Sabine offered troops to accompany parties with the Scale Bearers and to send word to major cities in the Lord's Alliance to arrest any members of the Keepers of the Horde. They also learned that the Lord's Alliance has a big concern: the Giants attacking members, city and towns. Apparently, there were several attacks, but little consistency between them. Sabine asked for any knowledge they might have about the Giants and they decided to hold off telling her what they knew. She also shared information about the different attacks the Giants had made in various locales around the Sword Coast, as well as a 2,000 gold bounty for killing giants accosting member locations, and knowledge of one frost giant who is likely to be on their side, Harshnag. Harshnag. Then they use their newfound rank to head to the armory and pick up a few items, including healing potions and a sending stone that can communicate with one of the red knights of the Alliance. While Civicar went to speak with the Order of the Gauntlet, hoping to find paladins to accompany these smaller parties off to their other locations. All before Radoth gave his testimony to support the party's story, they asked him to spread word about the dragons in the area. He asked them who he should say has found this information, and they came up with a new party name: the Stargazers.
Yeah.
Then they went.
Savvy came up with that, and we all
Yeah.
loved it.
True that.
I find this acceptable.
Yes.
It's a
Jerk,
really good
Jerk
name.
doesn't even know yet,
I'll take pride in it despite not having done any of the effort.
right? Yeah, yeah. But
Okay, it's a
good
group
call out.
project.
Good call
You
out.
did work in inspiring her to come up with the awesome name.
Yep.
Mhm.
By being your character.
Fair.
Then everybody went to the rumored hearth to get rooms and speak with Aldar Robbins. After getting a suite with multiple rooms and some room service, Chance enjoying a bit of time alone, the rest met with Eldar by the hearth. The smooth-talking gentleman had a guest, Mugen Genkai, the librarian of the Cloak Tower's hidden library. Taliesin told them about the Red Wizards of Thay, of which Mugen had some knowledge and was curious if their appearance had anything to do with the Giants' chaos. Taliesin then confessed to giving Durden a badge of the Harpers, and Aldar seemed mildly distressed. A member of the Eight Arms of Wolf might gain access to the information network, but also glad to be ahead of him, knowing that he was here in the city. The druid also shared Zaven, the mage trapped in a filigree pipe, with Mugen, and then the letter from Jalmor to Aldar, who Aldar then giving Taliesin a parchment of letter teleportation, which I'm not going to make a special item up for just yet because I didn't have time.
It's okay.
Um,
I have it in my notes.
Perfect. In order to stay in contact with Aldar, is something that transports physical like letters back and forth. So paper can be sent through as essentially a mini summoning circle with very
Yeah.
specific purpose. Taliesin wanted to fake a letter to send to Furlum, and Aldar suggested that the party dress up in their stolen cloaks and perhaps set up an ambush. As well as he told them of a Harper agent named Frost in Loudwater. The session ended with stories of giants and the Harper's founder, and Mugen disappearing from the rumored hearth after a quick shot of the same magical teleportation juice you guys partook of a few days ago. Not even that long. Which means that we now currently find ourselves at 5 p.m. on the 22nd of the Claw of Sunsets, 1495 DR. And I'll bring you guys over the old Neverwinter map.
Who's with me? I think Godwald and Ixavix were with me, right?
Everybody
Yes, I
but
believe-
Chance. Everybody but Chance and
Yeah.
Jerk.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for my burger.
Of which, an attendant who looks very similar to the lady working the front desk comes up with a tray. She's the same, very similar elven build, and hands you the tray with a. There's a couple glasses on it. And she asks you if you'd like ale, water, or wine.
Yes.
She leaves the entire tray on a small table next to your chair.
It's awesome.
Well, Let's see. Actually,
Where's my large city music? There it is.
where are my notes? Where is my mind? Okay, so tomorrow, we can. Tomorrow, we should head out. That juice that you saw Mugen take, we can take that to get to her tower, and from there we can take a teleportation circle. I think we had decided to go to. I have it written somewhere. Not Loudwater. It was like Parnas or something.
I think it was
Uh,
Loudwater.
I think
Because
it was Loudwater.
you have teleportation circles in Loudwater, Everland, Yartar, Waterdeep, Mirabar, and Neverwinter.
Right.
And we needed to get
Loudwater is the road to
Parnas.
Parnast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're trying to find the lodge. And
Right.
also along the way, I was also told about. Let's see here. There is a temple for the giants that may have been in the Deadstone Cleft, which is on the way from Loudwater to Parnast. There's up in the mountains. There's like a few paths, and the center branch may lead to the temple, or one of the rivers may lead to a town of giants. Supposedly, there's a great oracle there within the Icespire Peak that, or there. This might be a different thing too. That there's a. She also told us about an oracle, an Icespire Peak that would be able to give us some information. But I think
Yeah, before Mugen departed,
Yeah.
she mentioned that because she had brought a bunch of books and that she's essentially left for Eldar.
Yeah.
On and one of the points that she wanted to make sure that she mentioned before she left to go and research how she can get Zaven out of this pipe
Right.
was that there's in a history book there's a recording of a giant's temple in the Grey Peak Mountains, possibly in a canyon off the Lolgran River. There's supposedly another temple in the Ice Spire Peaks, so that's the mountains that are off towards the north, that had been lost to the quote Great Ice, or perhaps translated never-ending cold.
Yeah.
Where there may be an oracle of or at least there's rumored to be an oracle of the giants in this wizardly text she provided.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, so I think the plan was just to like head out tomorrow to the teleportation circle, but first I think we should find Jerk and maybe go shopping along the way. I think you guys said you wanted to get some stuff.
Yeah. I'm interested in shopping, seeing what this town has to offer. I haven't been here before. I've heard about it and was excited to come here at some point, but this is the first time. It's exciting. A lot of people, a lot of noise, a lot of smells. Some good, some bad.
Well, should we go get Chance, or did you want to do anything, Godwald?
I did have some things I wanted to look into and didn't intend to do it before, but then they attacked my temple, and you all know what happened next.
All right.
But to answer your question, do you think this would go more smoothly without him, to be honest?
What do you mean?
Like, Chance can be kind of erratic, especially when full of energy. And full of fish.
I think we should include Chance. Chance is a good friend of mine.
Chance is cool. She's fun. Or he's fun. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. I'm outvoted.
Are you worried that he's gonna like what do you well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're just going shopping, Godwald. It's fine.
Well, they're your friend. That's your call to make. Fair enough.
All right, I'll go get him. I guess I would.
Taliesin, before you leave, I'd like to have a word with you privately.
Okay.
And he just says,
Yeah.
gentlemen, please enjoy your food and drink while I have a word with our elven friend here,
Where's my burger? I'm still
It's-
waiting.
sitting on the tray next to you.
No.
I saw. Oh, I thought there was just drinks, not the burger.
Oh
Okay.
no, she brought the burger and there were 3 glasses on the tray
Oh.
as well, and she asked
I'm
you
sorry, I
if you
missed
wanted
that.
it. So she set the whole tray down next to you.
Okay, he dives in.
Yeah,
Nom, nom, nom.
well, basically, Aldar just takes you to the other side of the hearth,
Mhm.
and you know where you have your patch kind of up underneath on your scarf.
Yeah.
He goes in to put a kind of hand on your shoulder and quickly like slips it in there and says, "My boy, I do have something I'd like to tell you." And you see it pulls the patch from you, and you can see it holding it in your hand. He's kind of quickly somehow, with an incredible sleight of hand, been able to unstitch the patch in a very, very brief moment. I wanted to present you with this, and he has a different patch for you, one that has
Ooh.
the same symbol of the harp on it, but in this one the harp and its shadow are reversed, and the harp's shadow is in the front. Said I'd like to. It's like I've found that I can trust you in the words that have come from you, and to show you my appreciation with this gesture, promoting you to the rank of Hop Shadow. And he basically provides you with a similar patch. And he's like, if you don't mind, I can go ahead, and he kind of can slip his hand under and place it in the same position.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'd also like to tell you that I'd also like to ask you a favor, since our numbers have been dwindling, and there is a need for us, and that I found that we have found that we can trust you. I'd like you to take this, and he pulls up a patch that was similar to the very first one you got. So basically, your 1-star Harper's patch,
Mhm.
which you gave to Durden. He
Mhm.
took your 2-star Harper's patch, gave you a 3-star Harper's patch,
Yeah.
and then is also providing you with a 1-star. And he says, "Yeah, I'd like you to give this to a person that you trust deeply, preferably one you have traveled with who has proved their worth." Kind of implying the bit about Durden, like not someone like that.
Yeah.
Someone that we know that we can all trust as much as that we trust you.
Okay. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you.
Sending
I
you
was.
recruiting.
I can. I'll be sure to only give this to somebody that I really know and trust.
Perhaps one of the adventurers that travel with you. You seem to be quite close.
That's kind of what I was thinking as well. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I will leave that decision up to you, but I wanted to tell you this in. And I will be here if you need to travel to the circle in the cloak tower. But I wish you good luck along your way. If there's anything else I can do, feel free to ask. A
I thank
gentleman
you.
always provides.
I'm sure I will write you. Cool. And then he, Taliesin puts a hand on his shoulder, just kind of like affirming, respect, and then
Both kind of
goes.
standing their hands on his shoulders, like.
just eye contact and nodding.
Mhm.
And then he's gonna go fetch Chance.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's sun's getting down towards the horizon-ish. You would probably recognize this is around 5 o'clock. Considering it is still early spring. It'll set in the next few hours.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just heading up to the room to get Chance. I don't know if anybody else is doing anything.
What's Chance doing currently? Are you still in your pillow fort, or
I'm taking
where
a
are you
cat
made?
nap in my pillow fort. I
Did
have
you
all
find
the
like a fuzzy
pillows.
blanket to do like little
I
making
stole
biscuits on
every
it?
blanket and pillow from that room and made one giant fort.
Allison, when you head upstairs, you go to the suite that you guys have on the 3rd floor, and you know your essentially your key card gains you access in. You travel around in the rooms looking for Chance and noticing that all the bedspreads are missing until you
Yes.
see him curled up in what is essentially a giant nest of fluff.
With the amount of restraint it would take to move mountains, I resist wild shaping into a cat and just going in there and sleeping in there as well. And I'm like, Chance, we're gonna go shopping and to find Jerk. Do you want to come with us?
He mumbles some and like pokes his head up. One ear's like twitching, half awake. Like shopping?
Yeah.
Jerk?
Yeah,
Now?
we need to find Jerk, and also like let's go buy some stuff, I guess.
We lost Jerk?
Well, he like went somewhere. We should probably go check on him.
Okay. Alright, I'm getting up. And he kind of like crawls out of the nest and like stumbles to his feet.
All right. So we like just like kind of grab you by the shoulders, like wake up, you good? You all right?
You guys can like leave stuff here if you
And then-
need to. You know, it's fairly fairly well protected. Your room's lock have basically work through magical key cards, or you can take all your stuff with you or whatever. But you can head on out from here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
head
don't know.
back down.
I'm just basically. I don't know if you need to be fully adventuring geared out with your tents and bedrolls and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'd probably drop all that stuff off here. I guess I wouldn't even really need like my staffs and stuff like that either.
I mean, certainly
Casual
carry a
adventure.
weapon. I wouldn't say not to carry a weapon. But, you
Well,
know,
I still have my
if you have
wand,
like, if you have like your, you've been traveling for a while, you can.
but I'm also
You can finally
carrying.
leave something somewhere without concern about it, unlike just
Yeah.
leaving it in a cart in the woods.
Right. Well, I'm carrying. I mean, my thought is that I'm carrying a staff and a wand, so I've got like multiple things. I could probably just leave the staff and like my adventurer's pack and shit like that. Maybe take off my headdress so that I'm not so ridiculous looking. I don't look like just some weird bog monster that's wandering around the city.
Kind of a tough call for Taliesin with his owlbear headdress and his. I mean, you're like, what is this very strange collection of things that you wear?
Yeah. I'm
Should
wearing
we take like the gold tablecloth as a
it's yeah.
scarf?
I'm wearing it as a scarf, and it's. I mean, it's a nice silk. You said so. I was like,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Golden silk. yeah.
I will take out of my adventurer's pack. I am going to pull out. I have it here somewhere. Because I've been carrying with me. I skinned the Paragon owlbear, and I want to try to find somebody who can make a cloak out of it.
Okay. There's probably an artisan who can help you along with that. Might even be amongst the same people that Tyre went off to go find to see what he could get done with your dragon carcass.
What is this baby basilisk that I have?
It's a stuffed basilisk that you found underneath.
Oh right.
What's his
Okay.
name's bed? Or no, Jerk found it underneath the bed, but I think you took it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'll take that, and I've also just got kind of like a bag for money and shit. So yeah.
Keep everything.
Okay.
I've seen all the
Chance.
stuff you guys get into.
Chance's full adventuring gear, backpack and all.
The giant cat yawn as he walks out of the room.
Yeah.
To the party!
I guess I still have my shield and stuff too. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's go.
Basically, I'm not trying to like, oh, I'm gonna get you into a fight while you're out here. But more along the lines of like, maybe some of you have like a hammer and shit like that. It's nice to have the opportunity when you're off traveling and you're carrying all of this weight on your backs all the time to finally take some of it off and set it down and get to relax for a moment. So this is the time where you can enjoy that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I would assume all this like little stuff that I have, like hourglass, fancy soap, mess kit, all that
right.
shit's like in my adventurous pack. You know.
What do you need a mess kit for if you're gonna go out to a restaurant?
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. So just if you guys don't have to unequip anything or something like that. If you find something during the time we're out and you're like, I wanted to have this with me, sure, you've got it. But it's a nice moment. You can kind of roll your shoulders a little without all that weight on them. Go head out.
You might not get us into a fight, but that doesn't mean that we won't get us into a fight.
Fair enough.
Also, why Chance went upstairs and fully enjoyed the room.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So if you guys head out in the city, where are you headed first?
I would like to first ask the front desk lady if she could send a note to the, was it singing manatee? Skinny manatee?
The skinny manatee? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
to the barkeep to give it to Hans, saying I'm probably not going to be able to make it today. So I guess
Okay.
business.
Oh my. He'll
Certainly-
find out when he gets
Certainly,
there.
one rejection letter coming right up. I'll be as friendly as possible. And you see that she, kind of gets a quill and paper and writes out something that just turns it to you. It's extremely friendly. Just like, unfortunately, I'll be unable to attend our plans this evening. I regret it deeply, and I wish to see you soon.
If I'm with
Is that
Chance,
She's
I would
Great.
probably. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, perfect. She folds it and slides the page over, and you see a very similar-looking elven woman pick it up and head out.
I also put 1 gold on the table for doing this for me. If she
Slides
doesn't
it over.
charge me.
It's the desk. Thank you very much. Your donation is much appreciated.
I give her a salute and we leave. I guess we leave.
I'm sorry, you were saying something, Taliesin? I just want to get
I was just
that
gonna say
connection between them.
that I would probably, if I overheard this, I'd probably just be like, well, I mean, do you want to go do that or no?
If we end up there, it's fine. If
Sure.
not, let them know now.
Sure, that's good of you to at least let them know. Let's see.
Because, like, out of character, I'm pretty sure the market is in the opposite direction, if I remember right. Or the tower.
We're pretty
district.
close to the skinny manatee right now.
You guys are currently in the rumored hearth. I mean, I brought you guys over the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Yeah, you guys are in the rumored hearth. I think one of the places you guys were thinking about heading is you want to be over in the tower district.
Right.
And we
Also,
still
would we
gotta-
have? Oh, go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
I was just wondering if we'd have any idea where the fuck Jerk went.
That's what I was gonna ask.
What do you guys think?
Based on insight as to what we talked about last time we saw him, he was upset about his parents. I think them being dead, so maybe the graveyard.
Alright, worse than dead. There's apparently at
Well,
least one demon
yes.
involved.
Yeah. Well, his mom was a demon or something like that, but she was like trying to live a regular life, but people just like were racist and killed her.
I wish I could say that the temple wouldn't do that, but at this point I'm not sure what could happen in the temple.
So
I mean, demons and devils are bad, but I think Yeah, they didn't know. They at the time didn't know exactly what that was. I can't remember if Civicar told you. Jerk, do you remember what Civicar told them when you were listening?
He said that the temple didn't really have anything to do with it. It was somebody else who put a
Like people,
yeah.
Yeah, it was just like
the
people, like a mob.
angry mob,
It was
incited
QAnon.
by angry mob incited by someone who had cast some magic to undo their spells. No, I don't remember it, but I think this was mentioned some. I'm gonna say it, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. That the fact that she was a succubi.
yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. So, and then when you guys encountered a demon in disguise in the temple, he mentioned that she still serves him in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Yes. But that, I think that you had also said that like his father was killed in that turmoil as well.
Yep.
So
But the members of the scale bearers were essentially able to calm the crowd before they did the same thing to young
young
jerk.
jerk. Is Jerk Batman?
I guess Jerk would be his equivalent of Batman because that's not his name.
Yeah.
Is
Look,
he a billionaire?
like
No.
just
Is
because
he secretly rich? No, Jerk
Poor
is
Batman.
Jerk is equally as wealthy as the rest of you currently. You've never
My
seen
guess.
Jerk to have more money than anyone else.
Yeah, my guess would be that he would probably like maybe the graveyard if he's like visiting his parents' grave, or maybe the Drunken Lobster just because he talked about that place a bit.
Well, since you guys are in the Blue Lake District, and in order to get to the Drunken Lobster, you would have to travel through the Protector's Enclave. If you head out from the Rumored Hearth Inn and then head to the Neverdeath Graveyard.
Okay, so they're kind of both in the same area, ish.
The Neverdeath Graveyard is, yeah,
Yeah.
you can see it on the map there, and you can see where the Drunken Lobster is, so you guys can head that direction.
Can see there's two graveyards too.
the big city.
Yeah, it's yeah. So essentially, as you cross one of the famous bridges in Neverwinter, passing Castle Never, and head in towards the Protector's Enclave, you guys go from a very fine town full of markets and homes and things in the Blue Lake District to what is essentially a bit wealthier section of the town, where you find like the Dragon's Temple located and a lot of other things. I think we even joked how there's a youth center and stuff in there in this section of town because it's pretty well off. But traveling through, you would approach the Neverdeath Graveyard. It is a walled section, and there are a couple gates that allow you through. They are closed but not latched, and if you enter in, things seem to the sounds of the city seem to quiet down, and a bit of an eerie air, it's a graveyard. You're surrounded by numerous bodies of family graves. If you enter through like rows of headstones, you see some of the more famous names of families in Neverwinter. The larger graves, the occasional mausoleum. You go and head up towards the pauper's grave, which is essentially a large tablet with individual names carved into it. So rather than individual graves, it's just meant for citizens of the city. It's quite a large marble statue. There's a bit of a creepy feeling here, as you guys are fully aware that the undead are a real thing. So I think that would add extra tone to a graveyard, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Right? Like,
Yeah.
thinking maybe this is why a wall exists around here. But you don't see Jerk in the first section, the easternmost section. He doesn't seem to be around the pauper's grave. And as you spend the next 30 minutes or so going around looking for him, you do find him in the section to the east. That's borders the section of the city that's near the chasm. He is standing in front of a gravestone. And Jerk, what are you doing there?
Just standing, looking down at it.
Who wants to roll me a perception check?
I do.
Godwald. Let's get some stuff going in this new chat.
Nice.
17.
As you guys approach Jerk, it doesn't seem like anyone's really said anything. So, he's standing next to a grave. It's of an average size, and you see the name Boha Gunolf.
This means nothing to me.
It doesn't, but I'm gonna post it in the chat. Yeah. Well, the Jerk's there, you guys. You all stand silently a measured distance from Jerk.
I
I'm trying to give
push
other people a
Allison's
chance
shoulder.
to speak. Oh,
I
am
push
I
him.
the one to speak up? Okay.
Jerk, with your
Jerk.
passive perception, you've probably noticed them.
Jerk, hey man, are you doing okay? We were gonna go shopping and just make sure that we have everything we need. We kind of came up with a plan, I guess, on how to move forward with dealing with this whole dragon situation, giants thing. You doing all right?
You see this grave? It should have been
Yeah.
much bigger. My father was beloved by this town, and they killed him. I thought they killed my mom too. At some point, we have to go to Neverwinter and find out what's going on.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Mm.
We're in Neverwinter.
Okay.
We're helping Ixie with his family, so I don't really ask much of other people. I've kind of grown to like you guys, and I'd like you to help me find out what happened with mine.
We like you too, man. I'm more than happy to help you figure out what's going on. I mean, I heard what was said. If you're, kind of, no, I don't want to bring everything up again, but yeah, I mean, it sounds like we should look into that. I promise that I at least can speak for myself that I will be there to help you with this.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys go, where are you planning on going?
I think we were going to go to the Tower District to try to find, maybe some better armor, some good equipment. We've got the dragon. Maybe there's somebody there that could.
I don't
Make
think
it
that's what he
something.
means by where.
What do you mean?
No, yeah, that's fine. I'll head with you. We could stop and talk to my buddy over in the magic shop. Maybe he could help us out.
Okay,
kinda,
yeah.
Later tonight, I'm probably gonna go to the Fallen Tower and have a couple drinks with the other mercs and watch the fireworks. So you guys are welcome to come
Sure.
to that as well.
Okay, yeah. If you want some company, I'm more than happy to come with you. I've got us a room at the Rumored Hearth Inn. Like I grabbed us a suite, so you know.
You probably have a key for him, I would think.
Yeah. Actually, I'd pull out the key and give it to you. This will get you in. It's we got the top of the house, man. It's been pretty nice. But I mean, I was only in there for a second, but Chance seemed to like it a lot.
Let me guess.
2 thumbs up.
He covered himself in blankets and curled up in a corner.
Yeah. I mean, it was only
It's only fair. Nobody else was up there.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
I also need to go back to the tower and I need to thank the it's Father. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Gilbert Vicar.
Yeah, Scalebearer Vicar.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't for him and his companions back then, there'd be a smaller grave right here with the name Lavik on it. So I owe them my life. As crappy as it was for a while, it's gotten a lot better since then. But let's.
Is that your name?
Yeah. I was unruly in the orphanage, so that's where I got the name Jerk. It's it's a bit of a slam on my attitude.
Hey man, all I can see is that you made a name for yourself, and I like you. So.
All right.
How the fuck do you spell your name? I'm writing notes.
It is Lavak.
Cool.
Which would make his full name. It's like a combination of 2 of the things I've typed in the chat.
Yeah, Lava Gunulf.
Lava Gunulf. Do you remember what it means? Oh my gosh. Well, someone should translate that later.
I know.
As you guys are standing in the graveyard, a man with a shovel walks up. Hey, don't you all stay here too long. Night's coming. Can't you see the sun setting? The spirits will be out soon. Don't you know that's why these walls and runes are here to keep them in?
Oh,
Try to get out.
Good to know.
Well, the getting's good.
Yeah, we
I
should
wanted to disturb them.
probably shuffle on out of here.
They don't like being disturbed. Y'all, be on your way. He's shooing you with his
Yeah, let's
Is it like
let's
the
head
old
on
guy
out.
from Pet Cemetery?
Yeah.
I'm picturing
sure.
the old guy in Ocarina of Time.
So as
Sure.
we're walking
Dampy?
out,
Any of those things. All those things.
as we're working out,
It's an archetype.
Yeah.
Jerk's kind of gonna mutter to himself, like maybe a little too loud, like, considering how things went, I wonder if my father would be one of those disturbed spirits. Maybe I could talk to him again, like that demon said.
I don't recommend it, son. This old guy is still standing there with a shovel kind of waving at you.
Well, I've
Yeah.
never...
Go on.
All right.
And he's like, I need to tell others, but don't stay too long. He
There might be.
shuffles off with a limp.
Actually, Jerk, I don't think that's a bad idea. There might just be a safer way to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just want him to know that I made it. And
Dude, you're doing big things, man. You killed a dragon.
we killed a dragon. All right, well let's get
sure.
out of here before they start coming out of the ground.
Yeah, let's do that.
Spirits before the spirits start emerging.
Yeah. So I guess we'll head out.
You guys have already seen one building in the Tower District where literally ghosts are falling from a like perpetual death state.
Yeah, that's the Fallen Tower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm going for a drink later.
Yeah.
The ghost, the fireworks you talked about.
They are
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
They
Oh
are
boy,
essentially.
that's morbid.
Well, I guess we do we want to head to
You're
the
in
tower
a scary
district?
place, man. There's fucking monsters everywhere.
Did we ever
Yeah.
remember
But you're all tough as nails.
that dude's name who I knew at the magic shop?
I might have written it down, but I wrote down a lot of stuff.
Well, I was asking Jared because
I don't know if we. I think I was gonna pull a name when you
it's
guys got there.
3 years ago in our chat, our personal chat.
Yeah, I think the intent was more that you were gonna go there and be like, oh yeah, but so now we're just gonna have him have a name. Ready?
Okay.
Anyone want to give a number?
Or
Let's roll for
4.
it.
69. No.
Nice.
Oh no, wait, those are. Okay, let me blindly pull 1.
It's a
2.
shame because I
3,
remember really liking
4.
his name. It was super silly.
Yeah, well now he's named Pearl.
That's super silly as well, so I still like it.
Your friend Pearl from the orphanage, apprenticing in one of the magic shops in town. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys were to follow the friendly gravedigger's advice and head out, the eerie feeling kind of dissipates and the regular noises of the city come back as you exit the graveyard.
So hey, I'm glad this eye finally came in handy.
Yeah, definitely. Until you said something, I kind of had the wrong idea
Yeah,
about
well,
what was
I mean,
going on there.
Don't feel too bad. I thought he was a demon, and he turns out he was just possessed. So I attacked a
Yeah.
poor dude without realizing.
I mean, we were working with the information that we had in a dire situation. I think that,
Very short period of time.
yeah, we can't really blame ourselves for that. And we didn't kill him.
No, almost.
Yeah, so he's okay.
He still never got that drink that the devil was holding. He was just swirling it around the whole time. It looked good.
Okay.
It looked good,
Well,
yeah.
what do you
I'm
guys?
sure it
where are you
probably
guys headed? What are you doing? You're
I-
now out of the graveyard in a,
What does
in a
everyone else
less
want to
eerie
do?
spot.
I feel like I'm always the one who's talking.
Are there open container laws in Neverwinter?
I don't believe so.
All
I didn't
I do
read
not
any of
remember
those.
that being ever in the laws.
Does anybody have
Just
a drink?
walk around
I-
getting wasted.
in my semi-professional opinion, if you don't end up destroying other people's property, whatever you do to yours is fine.
What are we saying, Chris? What are you asking?
Jerk is looking for a drink.
So
I have a shot glass.
I'm sure there would probably be something in the Blue Lake district.
I've drank all of my alcohol.
We
I
could-
have
we could
a
find
lot
s-
of drugs, though. Do you need any of those?
There's a series of taverns all across the city. I mean, because people aren't
they?
only in one section. Both Godwald and Jerk would know in the Protector's Enclave that there's a place known as the White Snow Pub.
Do they have to-go beers?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are there any of the in the Blue Lake district is kind of like the farmers market area? Would there be any like brewers that would sell in the open air?
Yeah, you'd probably be familiar with that. Especially closer to the dock, where a lot of the goods on the northern side of the river are coming and going.
All right.
You're gonna have a lot of trade and things happening there, and certainly if if you go there and find that, basically the market nearby the Rumored Hearth Inn.
Have you guys ever been to like open air markets in big cities before?
Never been to a city.
All right, well, follow me.
This is really the only city I've ever been to.
You never know what you're gonna find at these
Chance.
places. So let's head over to the Blue Lake district by the docks. I'll grab a couple of beers and we can wander our way over to the Tower district after we peruse the stalls in the Blue Lake district, because they could have some really interesting stuff you can't find anywhere else. Whether
Sounds
it
good.
be baubles, like, I don't know, necklaces or whatever that are handmade, to
Ooh.
you can find yourself a new headdress. Let's head over there.
All right.
Yeah. As if you cross that western bridge and head towards the dock area, a lot of taverns right here. Definitely, you could pop in and grab a beer. And if you ask for one to go, you might get a a silver surcharge for taking a wooden pint glass.
It
Has the random tavern's name in it. If you guys go farther into the actual lake in the Blue Lake district, where that whole like market area is surrounding that, you'd find probably a bit more what you're describing.
Do we
Different
Do we-
breweries, on their
Do we-
patios and stuff.
should we just buy a bottle of that I had a bottle of it once before. It was just kind of like weird spicy brown water.
the real sweet fizzy stuff.
Should we get
Oh,
a bottle
yeah.
of that? We could share it.
Yeah, we could. You know what? I have a great idea. Let's get a bottle of that, and then we'll get some either whiskey or rum. We'll just grab a bottle of that, and we can put them together. I've got two of these silver goblets. I've got a whole set of these silver goblets here.
Oh shit! I did have a goblet. What did I do with that thing?
I think you traded it for a cask of ale, in order to give to the ship crew.
Yeah, I did, so that we could gain passage on the ship. Yeah.
So
As part of convincing them.
How many goblets are in a set? Is it just two?
Depends on how many advisors you have.
Yeah, it depends on the set, I guess. Why do you have set of goblets?
Yeah, it's just a set of silver goblets worth 60 gold.
Then let's say there's 6 of them.
Yeah, 6 for yeah.
All right. So I'll just hand out.
Are we gonna walk around town with silver goblets filled with liquor? Just
Yeah.
like-
We're drinking rum and coke. We're drinking rum
Hell
and
yeah,
cokes.
dude. Yes.
I'll be like,
All right, I'm
Quick reference food. It's not expensive. I mean, compared to the cost, compared to what you guys have, if you go to get, I forget what the guy's name, fizzy water was, and I cannot find it for the life of me right now, and I'm real sad about this.
Wait.
Was he in?
No, I think the thing you're thinking about is I have something called Tarmac soda.
Yeah, Tarmox fizzy water.
Yeah, I have some.
Oh, you have some already. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some more. I mean,
Then all we need is the rum.
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, Towson, if you open it up, it's been a few days and not a super airtight container. It's pretty flat.
Aw.
It's not as fizzy as you would like it to be. But you can go back to Tarmac, find some more of his fizzy water around in the market.
All right, sure.
Simple enough. And these things are no longer very expensive for you guys. So like 2 silver for a gallon of Tarmac's fizzy water.
Okay. That's a shit ton. All right.
Yeah.
Check this out. T-Guy's
That's
got a new
basically the
flavor.
cost of the cost of an ale, a gallon of ale.
Yeah.
So
I'll
Let's-
remove.
oh wait,
2
I
silver.
remember it was expensive. Call it 4 silver, because it was
All
more
right.
expensive than alcohol.
All right,
Sure.
You get the.
So
the
I
fizzy stuff.
removed.
It essentially makes soda.
I'll get the rum.
All right.
Bottle of rum. Is it a nice rum or a common rum?
I'm mourning again, so we'll go with fancy rum.
You can find a fancy bottle of rum for 10 gold.
All right. How much? Okay, so that'd be 1 platinum.
Yes.
All right. So I'll hand the guy a platinum.
Guy looks at it like, holy shit, and gives it all. Eyes it. Like tosses it, weighs it on something else. Is like, I haven't seen that in a minute. Here you go, and he hands you over a glass decanter of rum. It's essentially a bottle, so call it a liter.
A
No,
liter of
no,
rum.
no. What's in a? I'm thinking of a bottle of soda for some reason. What's in
1.75 mil, like
yeah.
a handle.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it comes in a glass decanter, and he thanks you for your business and wants you to continue supporting him.
Absolutely.
If you go to Tarmax afterwards and you say you're going to mix it with rum, he's fascinating idea.
Yeah.
Do we happen upon the tea guys
Oh yeah.
area?
Traveling merchant.
How late does he operate?
High or low?
Hi.
I believe you do.
Awesome. So I'm gonna peruse his teas.
Yeah,
And,
the tea dude he's got his booth up. Seems to be doing fairly well.
All of a sudden, I notice one in there that's got a little engraving of a tiefling on it, and it's called Jerk's Vicious Mockery.
You guys apparently made friends very much the last time he was here. I'm totally going to let this nonsense slide for fun's sake.
Fair.
All right, so I'm gonna get a tin of the Jerk's Vicious Mockery. How much does that cost?
For you, it's like normally this would be 5 silver, but for you, it's I'm going to give it to you for 2.
Perfect. It's good seeing you, man. It's nice to know you're still in business.
Thank you so much for coming by. I should just have you talk to yourself here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him 3 silver
like-
for it.
Plugging your own business
God,
within
right.
D&D.
In the stream.
I can actually
Brilliant.
I'll always be plugging, dude.
go. Hold on. Let me flash the. Flash.
Well, it's gonna flash it on the screen.
All right. Okay. So
Gotta get that hustle,
Should we
right?
like?
Is that it? I don't know.
Does
I'm not-
anybody
I've never-
want to
Yeah.
look
made
around
sense.
the other stalls for anything in particular you're looking for? Any like?
It's a pretty busy marketplace. I mean, even as the sun comes to set, you guys notice that people are starting to put out like light lanterns and things, so the business can continue on through the evening. It's a warmer season now, especially in this city of all cities. So it stays up late despite the sun.
Well, first off, go ahead and hand me some of that that rum, and I'm just gonna like start pouring drinks into goblets. Is like, who wants some?
I would like.
We just killed a dragon, so
Please.
like, let's, we deserve a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I'll try it a little bit.
All right.
Everybody
Cancel
having
handout. Gimme.
Yeah.
essentially a rum and tarmac.
Rum
I'll
and
take one,
tarmac.
sure.
All right. And I'm just gonna try to I'll just be like sipping on it.
Tarmac's rum.
Yeah. And what is everyone looking for?
Yeah.
We have a lot of money now, so
Well, this is just like the farmers market district, right? So not the
Yeah.
actual place that would have the potions and things.
No, but
there might be.
There might be, yeah. There might be like an apothecary. There might be. What are you looking for?
Well,
really-
a long time ago. Oh, you go first.
I just want to breathe fire there again.
That would probably not be here.
Darn.
But that's up to the
Yeah.
DM.
It's a DM.
Savvy, higher level.
God.
Hi.
Oh.
nice.
You don't see like specifically an apothecary or like an alchemist shop, but there is a bit of especially now that the sun's kind of cresting and it's becoming evening. Right before it sets, you see a couple of people setting up to do a performance on a stage that's on, let's say, the eastern end of the lake. And as things kind of progress and you guys are wandering around, you're hearing people shout things like corn dogs, and get your turkey legs and all that fair food and things that are swirling around. Caramelized popped corn.
Mm.
They seem to be setting up, and the first show of the evening on the stage seems to be a bunch of performers who are twirling fire. I can't remember exactly what it's called, and all my performer friends are going to be
Poi?
really mad at me if they ever see this.
Poi?
Right. That's one of the kinds of devices that they use to swirl and start fire. And as they're kind of going along throughout this performance, different staves, different items that they're using to spin and fire. There's a fire breather there, and you kind of see them end the performance with a bit of a flourish as this fire breather comes out and has these sort of troops dancing around with the drums and big giant flame he breathes, big giant flames, and it's pretty impressive as they go out. And then it kind of ends up, and now the stage, you notice, ends with after a 10-minute dance performance, they've essentially lit all of the torches around the stage as the next act comes on stage now.
Ooh,
You've seen a
what's
fire
that?
breather chance.
We got lucky.
the
This only
biggest kitty
happens.
eyes.
This only happens
Ooh,
once a
woo,
month.
what's this?
This used to be my favorite time to come to the market when I was a kid with my parents.
Can I
Wow, way
try?
to bring it down.
Ixivix would like to try to play a little prank on the fire breathers.
You what?
After the
What?
show, so the show has sort of just ended as they
Oh,
and they
never
sort of
mind.
did a performance to be back on. But if you ask, they'll be like, yeah, we'll be on later too. But we kind of do that short show to
Oh, okay.
get everything lit and prepped before the sun sets.
Okay, then never mind. It would have to be when it's going on.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I said it was over already. I apologize.
It's okay.
Do you want to talk to any of them, Chance?
I would very much like to go and talk to the fire breather.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of go over there, see a relatively buff, shirtless man. Like to make sure none of his clothing catches on fire. He's standing there speaking to some of the other fire spinners. Oh my gosh, the fact that I can't remember what this thing is called. I have friends who do this, and I can't for the life of me. I'm so mad at myself. But yeah, just a couple guys standing there. What do you say as you approach him?
I go up to the guy that was breathing fire and is like, "Can I do that? Can I try that?"
Oh yeah, it takes years of practice to really do it right. You gotta start small. Don't want to singe that fine fur of yours.
It's fine. I'll grow back. How do I start small?
This gentleman in his matted gray hair and gray eyes, it is shirtless, and then the rest of it leathers, is like, well, first you got to learn to spin, and here's some of our tools. I can show you, and he kind of brings you over to show you a bunch of the variety of tools, fans, poi, basically orbs on the end of a weighted orbs on the end of a fireproof ropes handles, staves, things. First you got to learn to do it without. Then you can learn to do it with fire.
Attempt
And to
to.
breathe it, you need this, and he's got up a bottle, and it's basically a fuel, and he's like, and a bit of a light, and it's dangerous. And he drinks some of it, and as he's going through and exhaling, see a bit of a flame, holds a little bit in his mouth again, puts out the flame, and puts out the flame on the end of that stick that he was using to burn it in fire.
Where do you
He's
get that?
showing off as much as he can in front of
Where
me.
do you even get that stuff from?
So, oh well, there's a couple places around you can get this. It's basically like modified lamp fuel. And Chance, roll me an insight check. 13. As he's speaking, you see someone behind him, a girl who was also breathing fire, kind of roll her eyes, just like, yeah, whatever, and kind of mutter something to herself. So as he's like, yeah, no, it takes years of practice. It's really tough to do.
Hey, can I give it a try? I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
But the worst that happens is you like burn your insides and inhale a bunch of fuel, and then your esophagus is just lit up on fire, and you won't be able to speak again.
It's okay. I got a potion of healing.
Look, I really don't think that you could jump towards something like fire breathing right away. You gotta start small.
He lets out a
Give me
very
another
dramatic
insight
sigh.
check. Give me another insight check as you're pressing him.
7.
The more you press him, the more his story about starting small seems to kind of be waning. You trust it less and less. And that girl that's behind him, you kind of hear her mutter again, or she's just like, "It's a lie. It's a liar. It's so ridiculous. I don't know why he bothers lying to people."
Chance lets out a big huff.
It's like, do you want to try and spin this? And he hands you a point. Like, if you could spin this without hitting yourself, like maybe we can talk about your next steps. I teach a class on the weekends.
Teach a class.
I've met this person in real life.
Yeah, it's just 2 gold a lesson.
Right. Can I attempt to spin the boy?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Is this an improvised weapon?
If you're attacking with it, it might be.
Ugh, I can't reach. 27.
Okay.
Wait, you
27.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
a that.
Chance.
You
So
fucking style on him?
Yeah, she does, and hard. Like he does, and hard. So Chance is basically like, "Can I try it?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead. Give me. Maybe I'll teach you on the weekends. 2 gold a session." And Chance just kind of like whips it around, just starts dancing, flailing, does a flip with it as well, and just kind of like flips it, tosses it in the air, starts passing it between his hands, and just spins, never touching him, like absolutely golden, as if there was flame, he would have been absolutely perfect. And then you kind of end up by throwing it at him at his chest, and he kind of and he catches it, and he's like, I mean, that was okay, I guess. And the woman who's kind of been packing, like working in the stage stuff around him as the next show has been on stage, she comes up and she's like, "He's totally lying. He gets a breath of fire potion from this shop over in the Tower District." She's like, "You don't need to listen to him. You're such a show off. You're such an asshole, Brad." And he, can you tell I hate that name? Like somewhere I was hurt by a Brad, but I don't think I've ever met one. But yeah, she's like, "Such an asshole, Brad. Don't need to lie to people just because, like, just for the sake of the show. Try to peddle your lessons in doing it. It's like, well, if you got to do it right, you got to do it with the fuel. And she's like, it's a potion of fire breathing, and she gives you the name of a alchemist shop in the Tower District that you might be able to go to. And I am going to get that out for you. Actually, if I have it. But yeah, so you've found a location of where you might be able to pick up a potion of fire breathing.
Say, sweet, thanks. And I give her some finger guns. You know, you're pretty cool.
Thanks. You seem pretty all right yourself. That was some fancy handiwork there. You ever thought about getting into the dancing arts? God, I'm so bad. What?
Performance arts.
Performance arts. Thank you.
I like
It's
dancing.
like I don't
arts.
have an art degree.
Performing arts.
You know, I never thought about it. But this is pretty fun. I mean, maybe I'll get myself one of these poi things.
Oh yeah. Just like it's pretty cool. Here, it's like I have an old one if you're interested. She's like, it can be pretty wild, and you seem like you can handle it pretty well. And she hands you one. She's like, it can actually absorb fuel. So if you have some lamp oil, it can soak up into this, and it holds it for a while. And if you basically dunk it or soak it, it will burn for 5 minutes, and then you can feel free to spin to your heart's desire.
Really? I can have it?
Yeah, no problem.
You sure? I mean, I could pay for it. You want here? Like here, have a silver.
She looks at you. It's like, all right, yeah, thank you. You know, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. It's like, but it's nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm Chance.
I'm
What's
Thally.
Telly?
Thally.
Thally.
Yeah, Theli.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Telly.
It's a pleasure to meet you. That's some fancy footwork. If you ever want to, perform, you just let me know.
I will do.
The name of the shop she gives you is the Sphinx's Apothecary. It's a alchemist shop.
Nice.
Coolness.
Were you a bard in your past life? Very good
Perhaps.
at performing.
You know what? That was first try. I got so lucky.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
skill. It was all skill.
Well, I think you nat 20'd it, and then you have a +7 to Dex. It's like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was as impressive as the practiced artists on stage. So like as the dancers performers on stage, it was just as impressive.
He's a savant.
If not more so.
Yeah,
All right.
that was dope.
You guys want to roll over to the Tower District so we can get our feline friend here some fire breath?
Sure.
Doesn't Godwell want to look for something?
If you're somewhere that would sell potion of fire breath, might have what I'm looking for. I'm willing to follow this escapade.
Perfect.
Would I would assume the Tower District would have a leather worker.
Actually,
like
you
that.
probably find that here in the Blue Lake District. It's a lot of those things here. You guys are also, I think, kind of scheduled to meet Tyre at the Fallen Tower, though, where he's should be updating you about the
Oh yeah.
about a variety of places to go. So you might be doubling up if you head to some of those places, like a leather worker, beforehand.
Okay. Yeah. That
So
he's
go
Oh,
see
like
Tyre
you would
first.
tell us where to go in the
He's-
city to like do this shit.
he's got all of
Okay.
my gold too. So.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah, because
Let's head to the Fallen Tower first, then.
All right.
What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. I was just like, oh yeah, you were trying to get a bag of holding, and Tyre was helping out.
Oh, right. Yeah, let's head to the Fallen Tower, I guess. Meet Tyre and see what the word is, I suppose.
Oh, did you guys tell me anything about being part of the Lord's Alliance or anything yet?
No, I was gonna tell you that on the way there.
I was going to tell you when you weren't filled with grief.
Oh, okay. Well, I can wait then.
What a good friend.
Full of grief and rum and some fizzy water.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Tarmox fizzy water.
who's ready for another Tarmox
I
and,
call it soda.
and rum?
I remember that now.
Yeah.
I'll keep nursing this one.
I'll take another.
All right.
Ants will take another.
Pass off. Let's make some drinks.
Who's on their
Alright.
second? Who's on their second drink?
Me.
Jerk.
Taliesin.
Mm-mm.
The three of you, please make me Constitution saving throws.
I got an 8.
20.
Ooh, nice. All right, 18.
Dirk and Taliesin holding their liquor pretty well. Chance, as the sweetness, the deliciousness of Tarmox fizzy water hits your tongue, you don't notice the flavor of the rum so much, and it's starting to get you a little tipsy.
My tail is starting to go like super twitchy then. It's the only warning you guys get that I'm tipsy.
Insight check. Do I notice this? Or perception, I guess.
I don't
Maybe
know if you've ever
insight if
seen
I would-
Chance drunk, so
I was gonna say I've known Chance, but I don't know if we ever got drunk on our adventure to Neverwinter before we split up. So
we did split up at a bar, so
it's true. Can I do a check to see if I would like even know that this is a sign?
All right, give me a perception check to see if you notice a twitchy tail.
Okay. Perception. 19.
It's a twitchy tail, but it seems to be the only real indicator. So, just a little. It's going faster and twitching about more than normal. So Chance himself seems to be just on his feet doing his thing.
All right.
I feel like he's gonna be a hyper drunk.
Okay. But yeah,
I-
like I said, you're just a
mental
little
note.
tipsy. You're just a little tipsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys leave the Blue Lake District, basically in between the Blue Lake District or the Tower District is where you're going to find the majority of the artisans that, you know, create things. The armorers, the leather workers, the woodworkers, the smiths, the alchemists, the scribes, the wizards, you know, all these people. So between these two districts. But it sounded like you guys were heading to the Fallen Tower. Is that right?
Yeah, I think we were gonna meet up with Tyre.
Okay.
Yeah.
With your foreknowledge that he was going to be contacting a lot of these different shops and tell you a bit about what he learned from the dragon. You guys sign there. Let me find something though. Do I have rowdy bar music? That's what I want. And yeah, so you guys are. This is a location that you have an image for. The Drunken Lobster is down at the bottom of those things. Let me read you a little bit about the Drunken Lobster.
I thought we were going to the Fallen Tower.
Or no, I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry. Thank you. Fallen Tower. But you do have this on here, don't you? Oh no.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah,
big
look
with
at my little.
ghosts.
See the scribbled ghosts? I scribbled ghosts on it.
Yeah.
Very good.
So the Fallen Tower is essentially the bottom part of a tower. The top of it has been broken off. And since the sun has been beginning to set, it's tough to make out this ethereal attraction that brings adventurers to it. So this tower turned into a tavern where, pardon me, it's my medication alarm. Very few of your ordinary folk meet here, due to this strange event of these mage ghosts falling from the tower. It is one of the busiest taverns, full of adventurers looking for quests and dungeons to loot to gain recognition and fame. Due to this fact, it is easy to find Zentarim agents looking for the next score, and the Fallen Tower has one of the most active bounty boards in Neverwinter. So, it's just kind of a brief description. As you guys enter Fallen Tower, Yerk and Chance, you both notice the proprietor, Odwin, a male human warrior, who has quite the angular face, curly gray hair, blue eyes, still wearing hide armor as if he was an adventurer, not the owner of one of the most popular adventurers bars in town, but almost sort of playing a part. But you guys both know him to be a bit morose and covetous. The bar itself is filled with a variety of peoples. There's a lot of humans, occasional elf, dwarves, and probably more mixed races here than you see in a lot of other places. So, just amongst the sort of varieties, you've got your there's gnomes, there's half orcs, there's an occasional tiefling, larger than any human you've seen before, with tattoos covering their skins that some of you might know to be there's a now there's a tabaxi in the bar, another tiefling, there's a table that's got a turtle and two lizard folk. So it's a pretty busy place with a pretty hefty crowd in it. As you enter in, let me see. Gotta find I've got it, right? Yeah, I totally do, don't I? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Giant chicken. You guys notice Tyre sitting at the bar next to a very large creature. From the back, he seems as broad as two people put together, and kind of a long braided hair kind of comes back down over a cape as it's facing away from you, but from behind you can see horns peeking up over the head. Chance, something sparks you as this is a familiar outline. But you guys walk into the busiest bar in town.
I'm gonna head straight to the bar next to Tyre.
Hans also runs into the bar and throws his arms around Tyre in a quick hug.
Allison
Come
will
back!
follow up with them as well.
It's tough to find a table here. It's not really there's a couple spare chairs, but there's not really an empty table per se. And from even on the first floor, there is a set of stairs that go up to a second floor that has a small bar headed upstairs as well. But downstairs on the first floor, Chance, as you give a giant hug, you notice a familiar face. Jerk, as you and the rest of everybody approach, you see this very large creature gigantic horned man with a bull's face and horns. And as you hug Tyre, he looks, "Hey, Chance, how's it going?" And this large man turns to Chance. "Chance, good to see you."
Make me guess his
Yes.
name.
Alright,
You don't
so-
remember? I love that you don't remember.
I
Taliesin,
passed-
as you laugh and you kind of chuckle at the high-pitched voice coming from this gigantic man.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Hold on, I have it written down.
The 20 hit.
Does it? Yeah.
Yeah. Like with blinding speed, hearing your chuckle, a gigantic fist comes across and just pounds you straight in the chest for.
One
Let's
plus
call
strength.
it. That's less of the strength. Sorry.
So on the stream, I put up the picture that
For
you,
7 damage, just
that you
thwunk.
in the.
It's kind of in the way that like nothing happened, and then suddenly there's an arm out, and you're just kind of falling back onto the floor, and a bunch of people in the bar are like, "Ah!" Like,
I believe I found his name.
That's kobold killing damage.
Yeah. Taliesin is just laying on the floor, like, you know, he's got like a little bit of a buzz, and he's just like, "All right, well, my bad for laughing." And like, Chance,
Yeah,
can you help
doesn't
me up?
Guy doesn't even look at you. His Chance's arms are around Tyre.
Chance lets out a gasp, and he's like, "Look, Guri, you can't do that to my friends."
Yeah,
Sorry,
eventually.
I
eventually
didn't know.
What's this dude's name?
Guri.
Yeah, if you look at the
He
stream, I put a big
does take a
picture
look
up.
around, and he looks down at Taliesin, and he's like, "All right." Doesn't say sorry. He says, "All right."
Well, as a peace offering, what do you say we give
I
this
don't know how to spell
this
I'll just put it in there.
this big gentleman a one of our patented rum and whatever fizzy stuff. You interested, big guy?
I already have a drink, but thank you.
You've never had a drink like this, I can guarantee you.
You got some friendly new friends here, Chance.
Oh, aren't they the best? And then
Sure.
Chance proceeds to throw himself and give Liguri a giant hug as well.
Hey, jerk.
Big ol' arm goes and wraps around Chance and kind of lifts him up a bit. You notice, as tall as Chance is, I think, the biggest one out of you, right? I think it's taller than the rest of you. Even Jerk is
Probably.
like lanky and tall. I think Chance is even slightly taller. This guy stands even larger than that, seated at on a bar stool. Two bar stools underneath him. And gives just a big arm up under you, and then kind of sets you back down.
What's up, Godwald?
Good to
Is this
see
your-
you.
This is not your bar.
No,
What?
it's not my bar.
It's certainly not my bar.
But I will
why-
be.
A couple guys walk over to you, Taliesin, and you're like, "Are you gonna take that? Are you gonna take that, man? Come on!" They gotta help pick you up.
Yeah.
You gotta fight back, man. You gotta fight back. They're like, "Oh yeah, dude, yeah."
He's debating on something. So,
A couple guys are looking for watch a bar fight.
I don't want to fight him. I was debating on just like, all right, I get it.
The chance you make friends who are rude now.
Tough guy. It's fine. I didn't mean anything by it. How can we settle this?
He's talking to Chance.
Well, I'm talking to him.
He is currently
Ah.
ignoring you.
Okay.
Listen, boss, like normally he's like a really good guy. I mean, he like even saved my life once or twice, you know. Just you know, sometimes
Saved
we
your
may
life,
have been
huh?
drinking. So
Fair enough.
Logri was
And
it?
he looks over to Talus and he holds out a giant fist, like massive thing towards you, just holding it up in your direction, kind of staring at you, waiting.
Okay. I will fist bump him back. I was gonna possibly challenge him to arm wrestling, but just to
It's-
so we can have mutual respect, you know.
It's a
For
bit
strength.
like punching a stone, and there's no give to him, but he does nod at you. I appreciate you saving Chance's life. He's a good guy.
I've known Chance longer than anyone else here. I mean, Chance is the longest friend I have out of all of the bunch here. So, anybody that he respects, I respect.
You might want to show that respect in the future.
Hey. Didn't know who you were at first. My bad.
Logri was it?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Jerk. This fine young man who you just threw to the floor is Taliesin. Behind us we have Godwald. And is Ixie with us?
Ixie's a little lost in the sea of
And
bodies here. If you're not,
this is
a little careful.
This is our friend Ixie. This is his very first time in a city.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming.
That's fine.
It's nice to meet you. Any friend of Chance's is a friend of ours.
You notice that when he does kind of the grunt and nod, like the grunt has the large reverberation of his voice that you would expect, kind of in contrast, obviously, to how he speaks when spoken. So just kind of grunt at you, but gives you a bit of a nod. What are you doing here, Chance?
Oh, we were coming to meet back up with Tyre. You would not believe what we did the other day.
Oh, dude, he already knows. I couldn't help it. I kind of, had to tell people. It's really hard to keep word about this quiet.
Chance lets out a gasp, like, you spoiled the surprise! I was gonna write, a giant letter and everything.
I'm sorry. He kind of, he outranks me. So I sort of had to tell him everything.
Chance
And then
has
once
to give a
word was
nod.
out, I couldn't keep it quiet. And he's like, in fact, watch this. And he turns around to the bar and he's like, hey, everybody! Do you know who this is? As he's pointing towards all of you.
Yeah.
You don't even stop for him. He's like, this is the party known as Sparklemotion. You don't stop him. And so he says it.
No!
You're asking if we try and stop the guy. This is the same big tall guy.
No,
No,
this
this
is
is Tyre.
Big tall guy talks like this. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Tyre. Tyre's
Tyre.
like, you guys know who these are? You know, everybody
Tyre.
here? Hear the
Formerly-
Tyre,
story
we
I've
changed
been
that.
telling you?
Formerly known as
You what?
Sparklemotion, bro. We changed our name.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
What is it? What is it? Quick! Tell me, quick!
Chance yells, Stargazers! With
I
the-
mean the Stargazers! Everyone's like, ah! And he's like, they killed a motherfucking dragon! And they're like, ah! They just go into drinking and cheering.
Hell yeah.
It's like, look, see, nobody cares. It's fine.
Hey, so Tyre, did you find what I was looking for?
I did indeed, sir. And I think you will be quite pleased.
Yes.
So of the 525 gold you gave me, I only had to spend 410 in order to get you a bag of holding.
Oh, you are kidding me. That is good news.
I am a man of many words.
He didn't say that he's a man of his word. He just said many words.
So, how much does that give me back?
I just gave you two numbers so that you could do some math.
But I didn't. hear the numbers.
525 gold minus 410, and that's what you got left. He hands you the rest of the gold. Somebody pull out their cell phone.
I did.
115.
Perfect.
That's
Oh, no,
probably
I
not the most important thing to tell them. And he kind of elbows Tyre starts like, whoa, well, yeah, right. I talked to a lot of people today, and that's kind of how it was really hard to keep. It started getting expensive to keep everybody quiet about what I had hidden underneath that tarp there. But yeah, I got a whole lot of numbers for you about all the things you might be able to get from this dragon. I've talked to oh man, I've had a hell of a day. I've talked to jewelers and mages, like leather workers, like every kind of laborer that you could think of, honestly.
Oh, perfect. What did you find?
Well, yeah. Let's first get around to drinks. You guys are rich. I'm rich too. We're all rich. Woo! And he just screams up that, and everyone in the bar is like, woo! Yeah!
I just start taking things out of my pockets and putting them in the bag of holding so I don't jingle anymore.
Okay. You could basically, I would suggest probably just taking your list of stuff that's at the bottom there and just marking that the bag of holding. Because otherwise you're gonna, and anything that's not in the bag, put on your inventory, outside. You gotta be careful with those. People want to steal those things all the time.
Now that you've given him this dialogue, all I'm thinking of is that Tyre just sounds like Ric Flair when he goes, woo!
I mean, unlike many of the ways you've been before, he is, now you can tell, a bit intoxicated and very excited.
All right. Well, Jerk,
She just kept saying woo, and I was like, Ric Flair?
Yeah.
Jerk is gonna buy a round.
It's like, I don't know, man. It's a long fucking list, dude. Like there are weapons. And shit, like the alchemists and the mages. Like the list of stuff they said that they might be able to make from it, is long, and some of expensive for the labor. But the good news is, we own the most expensive parts. So if we wanted to instead sell the stuff for these things, we could make a pretty penny. And then he goes on to tell you about a variety of things that can be made from the dragon's corpse. Unfortunately, you cannot make a dragon bone helmet because the destroyed skull was worthless, but maybe you could sell it to at the flea market, someone who wants to collect that kind of thing. He wouldn't know what to get for that, but they might be able to taxidermy it for like 20 gold or something. It's possible to make a green dragon scale mail out of the remaining scales from the dragon, which would cost 10,500 gold of labor and the other materials by an experienced smith, leatherworker, and mage for the enchantment. This scale mail would have a variety of properties that would be protective against certain things. So it's not only a bonus to your AC, but also has properties about protecting you from dragons, detecting dragons, and things.
I think
you can make
I would
a
be
number.
interested in that,
That's
because I think that's the best armor that I can actually wear.
That would be in the entire campaign, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's 10,500 gold. You can make a very large number of dragon tooth arrows or darts. So thing. But he also says, hey Chance, I think you know how to make these. If if you just paid for a Fletcher's kit, you could probably build these yourself. The claws of the dragon, you could make four dragon claw weapons from what's still viable, claws after the battle. Daggers or spearheads. So if you wanted daggers or spears for 105 gold each. Again, labor or materials by a smith. like thigh bones can be made into 2 dragon bone short bows, which can do for 105 gold each. Again, with an experienced smith. And the wings can be turned into a dragon hide cloak. Something that experienced leatherworker and mage can enchant for 1,500 gold. That might enable certain things like the ability to fly.
Dang.
These are weapons that can make that can be made from the body. But then also, after speaking to an alchemist and mages about what potions and items could be made, potions of seeing invisibility can be made from the dragon's eyes. There are several instruments that can be made from organs of the dragon. A violin,
Oh, God.
a violin of terror can be produced for 1,000 gold by an instrumental specialist and a mage to do the enchanting. There is a flute of fear that can be made from the trachea for 1,000 gold labor, again by an instrumental specialist and a mage. There are a variety of potions. The potion of see invisibility for 50 gold, 1 each for each dragon eye. The potion of enhanced charisma from the dragon's tongue can be made for 100 gold. Stones of acid arrow can be made from the remains of the green dragon's stomach for 110 gold each. The dragon's brain can be enchanted into a stone for a headband of intelligence for 1,000 gold.
Ooh. Ooh.
From the green dragon's lungs, a mask of poison breathing can be made for 100 gold. Labor and materials by a leatherworker and a mage. A potion of enhanced constitution can be made from its gizzards for 100 gold each. So you can probably get a few of those out. A poison breath potion can be made from its blood, 100 gold each for labor and materials by an alchemist or a mage. And a ring of protection can be enchanted from the dragon's heart for 1,500 gold.
A ring of protection?
Yeah, that's good. I
Those
missed
are
a
always good.
couple of them after the brain.
Yeah.
All right.
What was
I've
that
got-
about a stone of acid arrow?
Potion. I've got see invisibility, enhanced charisma potion, stone of acid arrow, headband of intelligence from the brain, mask of poison breathing, a couple of potions of enhanced constitution, a potion of poison breath, and a ring of protection.
So hey, Tyre.
Oh, I guess you posted all of it. Yeah.
In the first one, I did all of the potions and things that could be enchanted from the organs, and now in the second post, I'm doing all the weapons. So it's a long list, but it's like the best part of all of this is that even if you guys don't have this stuff made from it, we could sell these things to make to these people to make them for other people, and make all that money for ourselves. Because we've got the most expensive parts of all of these items.
Right. That was my question. I guess was like the dragon scale mail is like 10,000 gold. That's just the labor. That's not like in.
That is the
like,
labor and materials that they need to make it from that, but not the most expensive, important part, which are the green dragon scales.
Right.
So there are other materials that go into making it.
Okay.
Not
and that.
just the scales themselves.
Right.
And there's an enchanting that goes into it. So there's labor and some materials that go into it.
And that is a total of 10,000 gold outside of the scales.
1,500 gold.
Yeah. Outside of the
Yes.
scale. Okay, so
Right.
there's no
And
way
you-
I can afford that.
Well,
Right.
we might be able to.
Once you look back and think about all the stuff.
Tyre, question for you,
Well,
buddy.
if we sell some stuff, I guess, yeah.
Do you know a good fence? I know you know a good fence. It's been a while since I've been in town. I haven't been doing jobs here lately, but I have a lot of things that could go for a lot of money. Who do I talk to?
I mean, I can try and get you in touch with the guy. There's a Zener agent around here for sure.
All right, because I got gemstones, I've got chunks of amethyst, I've got jewelry, I've got dragon teeth, I've got, man, the stuff I've got you wouldn't believe.
I mean, I know it's been a while since you've been in the city, Chris, and you haven't talked to them in a hot minute, but you do also have your contacts inside the Hand of Yartar.
Oh, good call.
Just throwing it out there.
All right. I forgot where they were located at. Let me look.
I mean, there are agents of the Hand of Yartar around, but the last time you were here, you found them in the area in the chasm.
Okay, yeah, by the Drunken Lobster or the.
Yeah,
what
in
it's
that
called.
neighborhood.
All right. Who do you think would give me a better price on things, the Hand or the Zents? As a general rule.
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
As a general
So
rule,
what does Jerk think?
Insight. Where's my insight? Where is insight?
If you can't find it, roll whiz.
And it's in the same. It's in the column with everything else.
Oh, there
In
it
the
is.
center.
Got it.
You're a +1.
Nice.
Oh.
Damn. All right. You know some fences in town. Like, you know who to talk to get this done. You don't need to go through him by any means.
Okay.
Definitely some people in the Hand of Yartar. And you know that if you go to the Drunken Lobster, you can talk to somebody who's going to direct you to the right person, and that's how you're going to like get your contacts in the black market.
Okay. All right. So I'll just kind of bring that up with the party. I'll say, you know, we might not have an absolute ton of gold on us right now, but give me a day, and I'm gonna need someone to keep me company because I'm gonna be going to some shady places, but we might be able to afford one or two of these things.
Okay.
Why are you guys talking
Sounds
about
good.
fences? How are you gonna make money from a fence? Like a wood thing that people use to keep cows in?
I know you're a bumpkin, bro, but here's it's a
I've seen a
it's-
fence.
It's a underground term for someone who buys stolen and maybe goods that haven't been acquired in 100%, proper way.
Chance, I get it now. He's funny.
That
He
yeah.
points. Logre's talking to Chance, and he points at Taliesin.
Yeah.
Hans gives very eager nods back, like, yes, he's so funny.
All right. Well, hey, while we're here, who wants a round?
Yes, I was joking.
I'm
yeah,
a lightweight. I need to keep my
Logre,
wits about
shoop.
me.
I'll
Puts down
Finish
his
my drink.
beer, finishes a pint in a breath, basically.
I'm gonna
And
finish
he
the
looks at
drink
you.
I've been-
No, the grunts are.
Chance, you want a round?
Yeah.
Godwald.
Sure, I'll have a second one.
All right.
I'll have a third.
All right. Well, we're just having ales here. We're gonna keep it light until we go back out. And Godwald was right. This isn't my bar. I shouldn't be trying to serve people our own concoctions. We gotta give the man the business. So how much for? And I'll grab the barkeep. How much for? Who wanted one? How many am I getting? 4, 5, 6?
I'll take one.
I think everybody but Ixavix, right?
Ixie, you drinking?
You just want
Oh,
a mug? You just want a mug, you mug?
Huh? Me?
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
You want 5 mugs? 6 mugs?
So we got Ixie, Godwald, myself, the big guy, Chance, and Tyre. So yeah, it's six of your best draft ales. What do I owe you?
Okay, I guess.
Did you get one from me?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
7.
Yeah, you want my best, huh?
7 of your best.
7 of my best. All right, that'll be 7 gold.
Perfect.
You see him, big old smile as he collects the 7 gold from you, and then goes out and gets a tap of what is essentially a strong beer, probably a stout.
Nice. Or a imperial ale.
Yeah, the imperial ale, something like that. It's essentially it's a very strong beer. It's like that's imported from Waterdeep. Some fine brewers there.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Tankards up in the air. I'm feeling sentimental, so this one is for all of you from Boha and Arinel Gunolf. The name might not mean a lot to you, but they're missed. And then I just start chugging it.
Hold on, let me do some math here.
Do some math.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, if gold is $10, a silver is $1, a copper is 10 cents.
Yes.
You see Tyre's like, let's not go cheap, buddy. Like, we gotta make some friends. And he's like, a round of your regular ales on me. He was like, 40 up at the bar. It's like, and everyone's like, woo! And he hands over 4 gold. But it's essentially
All right.
like, because a mug of ale is like 4 copper apiece. So
Hell
like,
yeah.
the whole bar's like, ah, woo! And he's like, Star Blazers! Star Blazers!
Close enough.
Stargazers! Stargazers!
Stargazers! Stargazers!
I mean,
And the
I
bar's
like
like,
Blazer too, but
yeah, and is it Blazers or Gazers? It's Gazers.
It's gazers, but I do
Gazers.
like blazers too.
Well, yeah, and the bar,
Like-
the bar like cheers up. A bunch of people go and grab like their rounds as the bartender's like, oh shit, and he's like pissed that he's like got to work really hard, really fast. You know, suddenly a couple other people who have kind of been hiding around in the back come in and help him like get out and pass 40 ales around the bar, and you know, Tyre's like, to the Stargazers, and a bunch of people are like, ah, Star Blazers, Stargazers, ah! They just wallow down there and their beers, and they are like all about you guys coming around, patting you on the back, and they're like, great job, woo, yeah, appreciate it. Lots of now very friendly people coming up to you.
Taliesin would slam his beer with everyone else.
Chances like, do we change to the Star Blazers?
Ixie
No.
is just like
I don't think.
like.
No.
Go ahead.
I like that too. Those are both
I like-
good.
I like them both.
What was Ixivix doing?
Oh, just kind of slowly drinking his ale and trying to take in all the hustle and bustle and stuff that he doesn't understand and is not used to. So he's
There's
just
a lot of-
taking it slow.
There's a sheer number of intoxicated people who, especially like kind of coming up and around to the bar, are kind of bumping into you, like, "Oh, hey, sorry, little guy."
it's okay. I get it a lot.
All right, I'll kind of Jerk's gonna get in between Ixie and the bar and kind of act like a bouncer. You know, like when you're in a mosh pit and there's someone behind you want to protect. He's just gonna be like, plant his feet,
A little bit
bend
of a
his
barrier.
knees a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, big guy. Well,
Make some
everybody's a big guy
space.
compared to me.
It makes some space for XX. I like it.
Or you can plop me on a table and I'll be fine.
Jerk's gonna try to pick him up, sit
Just-
him in the bar.
Do you have a
Uppies.
booster seat?
Uppies.
Does the bar
Uppies.
have a booster seat? We can sit on top of one of the bar stools.
A short folk friendly table or sitting arrangement.
What is this? This is not accessible. What about accessibility here?
So is it time for the?
It's not accessible.
Is
It's
it time for the
unfortunate.
ghosts yet? What time do they usually come out?
You guys have been here for a little bit, and they really become visible once the sun is completely set, and you would know that it's because of the moonlight. So you're really kind of like waiting for the moonlight to dominate the sky, not the sunlight.
Oh, hey, Ixie. One more
yeah.
thing about town.
Well?
Don't walk under the shadow of the floating tower.
Okay, what happens if I do?
It'll take your shadow forever. It'll just eat it.
What?
Yeah, that's why I don't have a shadow.
Oh. I mean, is there a
It's-
downside to that?
Yeah, it's super weird. People look at you funny. Like, even funnier than if you were a red half demon man.
Like, is it just like the shadow you cast on the ground? Can you cast shadows on yourself? Can you do it? You can't do hand puppets, obviously.
No, I
Or
can't.
shadow puppets, no.
It's a fucking bummer, dude. Do you know how many
Oh,
times I've
man.
wanted to do the dog thing? Like the roof, roof. And it's just, I
I
can't.
know. I could do like a little alligator.
Yeah,
Right.
so watch out for
This
that
is
tower.
X of X. Yar, I am a kobold.
Also, you probably don't want to go into the bad part of town.
Which one's bad?
Did it?
N-
Which one is bad?
There's a giant chasm in the ground. You'll know as soon as you get there.
Oh yeah. I'll avoid the big holes.
All right. Well, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to be safe, stick with the group.
Yeah, for sure. This is all so new to me.
But also, don't be worried, because we're kind of heroes here now. All of a sudden.
Oh, what? Me worry?
Lowry places a giant hand on Tyre's head and turns his head around to face him. And he's like, be straight with them. Like, oh yeah, Lowry did a lot of the negotiating. I came in town and ran into him. He's kind of the boss.
Thank you, Logri. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ixivix. I'm little.
As you kind of come up to his knee on this 8-foot tall Minotaur man.
If the
And he's
punch told me
looking
anything,
down at you.
he's definitely in charge.
So now, what do we owe you, Logri?
He looks over to Chance. So, what are you guys planning to do with this dragon's corpse, Chance? I heard you might have something else special hidden away in you as well.
Fucking Tyre.
You look at Lowry and realize that if he was going to start asking you questions, it might just be intimidating if he was like, so what's your name? Like, so there's definitely air about him that is but he's asking Chance this.
What did he ask Chance? Sorry,
So what are you gonna do with this dragon's corpse? And I heard you have a treasure that might be pretty valuable in carrying with you guys in one of your bags.
Oh.
Oh, Chance leans in and goes like, "Shh, not so loud. I'm trying to keep one of them."
I mean, he's not loud. He's just high pitched.
Chance is a little tipsy, so he's being a little dramatic right now.
Difficult for
Yeah.
Lowry to be as intoxicated. And he's like, I just want you to know I can find the right home for that.
He gets, Chance gets really big eyes, like, a home?
Of course.
Am I hearing
Just like
this too?
we found a home for you.
Chance quickly.
Roll me a perception check just over the noise in the bar. It's not gonna be very high DC, but
You should be
I've-
next to
I've-
us.
I have
Yeah, you're
poor
next to him.
perception though. I am so distracted by so many things, but I got an 11.
Yeah, you can hear this. I mean, it's
Oh.
loud in the bar, but if you're trying to pay attention, he's not
Um,
hiding himself.
what kind of home? What kind of home are you talking?
He just keeps looking at Chance.
Oh.
Not really friendly.
Hmm.
A Chance hearing Ixvix speak up, Grabby hands at him and pulls him over. Is he sitting on the bar? Or is he still on the ground?
I think a jerk pulled me up and sat me on a table or a bar, so I could be
I
head
missed
height.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, yeah,
so we're at the bar.
But you can put him on the bar between you and Loud Green Tire.
I slide him
Okay, I
over,
got a clean butt.
and I throw my arm around Vixie's shoulder, and I ask the same question to Logri. What kind of home?
A good one. Yeah, somewhere it can be raised. I know I've taught you a lot about their kind.
Would we get to?
I know the right people.
Chance looks down at Ixvix and like big kitty eyes, like, can he have a dragon egg?
Who? Him? Laundry? I mean, I need to know. I would like to know more about the home. Like, what kind of people are they? Are they good people? Are they nasty people? Or what are their hobbies? What are their interests? I don't know. Who's their deity? That kind of stuff.
Chance turns back to Logri, even bigger kitty eyes. What he said.
I just want to know, just for my own ease of mind or something.
I'd like to know
It'll-
so I don't have to fight this thing in like 20 years.
As you all listen to the
Right.
conversation between Laugri and Chance, who seems to only give respect to Chance for some odd reason that is currently unknown. Kind of turns towards him and like, it'll be a place amongst a higher ranking. We'll put in bring in one of the strongholds. Definitely do our best to raise it so that it doesn't follow the tendencies of its bloodline.
Mm.
I told you that story, Chance, about that certain dragon. Where Chance
Lots of nods.
Yeah.
You told me that story, Chance. Yeah, and I heard about it too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Will we get
If-
compensation for this egg? It doesn't have to be much.
Talison's just standing in the back with Godwald, like, that dude punched me in the chest. I'm just gonna stand back here.
And like, yeah,
He
that
did
guy-
not like being laughed at about his voice.
That guy,
It is clearly a
If
sensitive point for him.
an
No.
unarmed strike did that much damage, then I'm just I'm good. I'm gonna stand back here and drink. I'm just gonna get drunk by myself, or just with Godwald.
yeah, well, it's like I could have told you that would happen.
people-
Wait a second.
People
What are
in
they
the
talking
bar,
about?
if you aren't participating, like after the round of drinks and knowing that you're the stargazers or the group that like took down a dragon and came in and was also paying for their drinks around the bar, they invite you to the table. So you guys are free to,
Alright.
to sit with there's a couple different groups of people.
I'd probably go just hang out
Chance.
with somebody who isn't gonna punch me in the chest.
hey,
Is Tyre like the head of our fan club now?
Kind of is.
Hell yeah, he's our hype man.
Yeah.
Chance.
He's
That's
our the agent. Yeah.
Yeah,
Talent
those
agent.
both sound
He's like-
better than what I said.
Another round on me! Everyone's like, "Whoa!" And he forks over 4 more gold.
Chance. I wanted
As
to.
people start piling up.
We're talking about your egg. You're giving to a home, because like the egg that I was hoping to give, I had one I was hoping to give to the Church of Bahamut to find a home with them. I mean, I just wanted to make that clear that up. Is this what you want to do with your egg?
Chance.
Hands yours twitch towards Jerk.
500 gold, we get to name him, and we get to visit him whenever we want.
You let me know, Chance. And he puts down another beer, puts down another gold coin, motions towards the bartender. Bartender, even though there's that swarm of people looking to get their 40 ales, he kind of drops what he's doing in order to serve Laugry. Gets him another Imperial Ale, and he holds on to it for a second. He's sitting there, ears twitched, listening.
I look down at Ixie and say, of course. I mean, you did say I could have one, right? And then you can have one, and maybe in like 20, 30 years, we'll see who has the better one.
Oh, I just want them to grow up to be good dragons and do good things and be happy.
Well, Ixie, one thing you gotta know about the Zents is family comes first. If this dragon is going somewhere, it's gonna become family. It's gonna be taken care of. It's gonna be well treated.
And they took care of you
I
guys.
still think that we should ask for 500 gold, and we get to name him and visit him whenever we want. But that's up to you, Chance.
Chance, when you mentioned the family thing, lets out a little gasp and mumbles, I'm gonna have a baby brother dragon. But then he turns back to Laugry.
You always were silly.
He's still smiling.
For the first time, as seeing you happy, you guys, he's had just kind of a dead face this whole time. Seeing you smile about a baby brother thing, little smile creeps onto the edges of Laugry's face.
Oh, melting his heart. But Chance, calms down a bit, not so big kitty eyes, like, Boss Man Laugry, is it possible that we could get paid for giving you the dragon egg?
Don't forget we gotta name him and visit him.
And then my bro over here wants to name him and visit him.
You know everything has its price. I would certainly pay you. The Zentrum would pay you. And I came prepared today. Do you have it with you?
Ixavix nods.
I'd like to see it.
Right here.
And for the first time, Ixavix, he does turn towards you and nod. Yes.
Okie dokie.
So he takes out his bag of holding.
Chance jumps up and says, "Wait!"
What?
And pulls Jerk over, and we kind of make like a wall around Ixavix so nobody could see what he's doing.
Okay.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Open the bag and open the bag until it can't stretch anymore.
The black hole.
Okay, Chance, reach in and think about the egg. Think about the egg that you love so much.
He gets sparkly eyes and like slowly reaches into the bag dramatically.
Well, I heard an from Godwald.
Can I tell this is happening from where I am and like put a stop to it?
They did kind of form a little bit of a shoulder circle around this happening. So give me a perception check.
Yeah, that's
If they hadn't done that, I would just straight up say yes, but
16.
Yeah, you're at a table close enough because you guys basically kind of gathered up near one spot at the bar, and that table that right nearby was like, "Hey, come here, tell me about your adventure. Let me tell you about my adventures." And they kind of have you distracted, but as you're like uninterested in what they're saying, you kind of overhear them a bit talking about this, and you sort of see this opening the bag and Chance reaching in.
Then I'm gonna approach.
Godwall gets up from his chair and approaches the group.
Does he stop Chance?
Is your hand already in the bag?
I may have already put my hands in the bag.
How much can I tell of what's going on?
It's a big aperture. And Chance is reaching in.
And you've heard them say, well, they haven't even really said dragon egg, have they?
I have.
You did.
I said
Okay.
he
I
You
said
did.
think,
You
of,
did.
think of the
Yeah,
egg
you
you
did.
love so much.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have rolled
Yeah.
less than a 35. I would like to grab Chance's wrist.
So Godwall kind of pushes past one of the jerk, I guess, or Chance,
I'm not
in order
gonna.
to
I'm not gonna let him pass.
give me a strength check to see if you grapple him before he grapples Chance. Godwald, give me a strength check to see if contesting, and Chance, give me a strength check.
That's a net 20.
That's a save. Just strength
Ah,
check
shit.
would be just strength.
If it's a crit anyway.
It's
Well,
yeah. Strength check would be the same as my save. They're both -1.
okay.
15 for chance.
Give it a shot, man.
You can beat me.
7.
Or not.
Is it? Oh shit! I didn't see the 7. Sorry, I just saw the others marked. So it's just a little late, kind of coming up there, and in order to like really kind of push sort of Jerk out of the way in order to get towards Chance, Jerk doesn't really notice you and kind of shoves you off as a sudden like, wait, what, huh? In his effort to kind of put that shoulder block up of people coming in, and when someone comes in, he's sort of denying you, and Chance is able to pull the dragon egg just up out of the bag.
I don't pull it all the way out of the bag though. I just pull it up high enough that it's partially out of the bag.
Okay. So Godwald, what do you do next? This is a tense moment.
Push it back in the bag.
Not saying anything?
Okay.
His eyes go wide. A grimace appears like, what are you doing?
We're finding the egg a home, a good home with family.
Laugri, having seen the shell of the black dragon egg, I came prepared. And he takes out a coin purse, which is, whatever melon would be this big.
Honeydew.
Honeydew.
I don't know the
Size.
melon scale.
Right, I don't either. It's just like this big, like a coin pouch, which is hefty and full. And I'm just gonna say, Jerk, with your experience in coins and the like, wait, you can imagine there's about 100 coins in this pouch. And he puts it down on the counter in front of him, and he says, "I believe that's a fair price." And he slides it over towards Chance, indicating for you to look inside.
Chance, pouting a little that he wasn't able to hold his dragon egg, turns to the coin pouch and opens it up a little and like tilts it towards the rest of the Ixie, Vix, Jerk, and Godwald now.
I don't care how much it is. I say
You
out
kind
loud.
of do the weight of the thing and do a similar estimate, and Lager's like, it's 100 coins, and you notice that each of them is platinum.
God, well, here's where.
Oh wait, no, hold on. I think I did that math wrong.
Now I'll take that.
No, I think I did that math right. I did that math right.
Yeah, that's 1,000.
No.
No, that's a lot more than 1,000.
Is it?
That's a lot more. That's why I said I'll take that.
I thought.
That's-
What it should
That's
be,
10,000.
yeah, what it should be is 10,000 gold essentially.
Okay.
But
That's
in
what I
platinum.
want the price to be. He's
I'm
willing to
going
give you
to-
10,000 gold. So
I would like to step aside.
1,000 platinum. So it's a heavy sack. It's
I'm
a
gonna
big heavy sack.
Take
With
Godwald
1,000 coins
aside
in it.
and talk to him for a minute. Godwald, here's where I stand with this.
Laugri reaches over and grabs the bag and
Mhm.
pulls it back
When
into
I didn't have a home,
his belt.
uh,
Waiting.
I could always come here. I wasn't a Zenorum agent. I wasn't involved at all with any of these people, but they accepted me. They showed me, caring. They come off as a mercenary group, but the reason that they work so well is because they care so much about each other. Once you become a Zenorum, you become family. They won't mistreat this dragon. If anything, what they'll do is try to nurture it and and break its nature and make it good, because that's what they want for all of their family. Plus, we also have the other egg to give to the. That's going to the temple.
Yeah, that was going to the Temple of Bahamut for
Plus-
sure. But Chance had a dibs on this one apparently, so
Plus, that's a lot of money. We could get our things made from the dragon corpse, and
we can get that green scale mail, dragon scale mail made.
that'll help our crusade against, all the bad stuff that we're trying to fight.
Yeah.
I do think that this is a good idea, and it's not just because of the money.
This guy knocked Taliesin back and can get tired to stop talking.
But did you see
That is all true.
did you see him smile when Chance brought up a little funny thing? Like, he's just a strict dad, man. That's all it is.
These are the kind of people that order around Azita and Novak,
Yeah, they are the kind of people that order
is
around
true.
Azita
and you want
Novak.
to hand them something that could grow into what we fought.
Yes. I feel like it would be well cared for, and you need that strength and you need that caring in order to change a creature's nature. I think that this is a good idea. I didn't when we walked in the door, but I do now. After seeing how he and Chance interact and how they care about each other, I feel like the dragon belongs here.
Mostly only having talked to Chance, and it pretty much ignored everyone else, except for a brief moment where he gave a measure of acknowledgement to Exibix. Lowry turns to Godwall, and he says, and Dragon Cleric, what is your concern?
I'm concerned that would be leaving our site so soon after we discovered its existence. I've heard that you protect your family, and I've seen what lengths you're willing to go to for that.
We do protect our own.
Forgive me if I'm concerned this dragon might become a weapon someday, even in your hands.
Let me think about it. We Zenrim not only fight for each other and our family, but we fight for ourselves. Anyone who fights for themselves might be considered a weapon. And if our group raises this creature to fight for itself, it may make a choice that we might not specifically agree with. But we want to give it that chance to give it that choice. And to fight for itself.
I'd like to roll with Ring of Truth Telling.
Go for it. It's good, really good time for an insight check.
26.
Hell yeah.
Through the very stoic face of Laugry and the kind of he has been soft-spoken and of very few words. The fact, what you could kind of tell from the most he's said the entire evening, in response to you, he's dead serious. He is being truthful, and he believes everything he is telling you. It is kind of uncharacteristic for the Zentrim that you have known up to this point. From Jerk to Zeta and Novak and maybe even the side talking chants from time to time. But Laugry seems to speak truth. He has good intention. You could also, I mean, it's a really high roll too. You also might understand that as much as that is, like, you can see that he would value having this creature as essentially a member of the Zenorum, and that has some influence in it too. And yeah, and they're not going to. You don't think that they're going to go and like abuse it to be evil? And when he was saying what he said earlier too about like, so to get it to the to people to raise it, he seems he's very straightforward and has actually addressed you directly, whereas for the most time, like, that is the most he's said to anyone, and he said it to you, and he's honest.
What sticks in my head is that they claim they'll give it the freedom to choose for itself, and I can't really imagine a better deal.
Is that
I'll offer a hand to shake. As much of a risk as that is.
He offered you. So if you offer first with a hand to shake, he kind of goes to like offer a fist for a bump, realizes that you're offering to shake, turns, and his massive hand kind of like engulfs yours a bit, and it's just a gentle up and down shake, and he gives you a nod. And he turns back to Chance. So then, do we have an agreement, a deal that we can shake on? Do I need to shake everyone's hand?
Do we get to name it? And can we visit it?
Chance gestures over to Jerk. Can we visit it? Do we get to name them? Will you let us know if it's a boy or girl?
It's probably going to be far away from here. Let's talk to Chance. What name?
That sounds like a good time for a break for you to think of names.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's take a
Yeah.
break. We haven't taken one. I gotta do meds. It's like an hour overdue, and
Alright, I'll put up the,
you guys
ad.
can think of what you want to name the dragon.
Ad's up. I'm gonna go bio. I'll be back and we can talk about names.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
This is enjoyable. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Sorry, you
Tal-
Just like
Tal-
Laugry.
knocked the fuck
Sorry,
out, Sally.
Taliesin. Sorry,
No,
you were the
dude.
first. You were the first. I knew someone
Taliesin-
was going to laugh, and you were the
Taliesin
first
had
one
to
to
learn-
laugh. So
Taliesin
I actually
had
thought it
learn
was
a
gonna be
lesson of
Jerk.
humility.
yeah, I actually thought it was gonna be Jerk. Like, I really thought it was gonna be Chris, like, laughing,
That's
and
fine.
he'd be like, thwack to Jerk. Was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
all right, roll. It's a 20. Like, it hits.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it was fine. I thought it was funny. I mean, if he got hit that hard, he's not gonna fucking retaliate. From an
I think-
unarmed strike, like, no, all right, you're strong. I'm good. Like,
oh yeah, maybe we should be. Yeah. I mean, I
didn't
think you
mean
said as
nothing by
much.
it. Yeah.
That was fun. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, sorry again that you got knocked out.
It's okay. I thought it was funny. Depending on the situation, I was gonna be like, maybe it, like, I was trying to like judge the character and be like, is this somebody who respects strength, should I like try to challenge them to like arm wrestling match to like show that like, yo, I'm also really strong, and then just like wild shape into an ape and arm wrestle them? Or like, you know,
I don't think he would go for that.
well, I kind of got that in like originally when he knocked me on my ass, I was like, all right, do I need to retaliate? Do I need to like show this person like that I am also strong, or like how's this gonna go? But then like seeing your guys' interaction, I was like, you know what? Chance likes this person. I like Chance, so I get it. I shouldn't have laughed. We're good.
Chance also makes friends with people he shouldn't probably make friends with. So he's just
Sure.
a friendly guy.
Yeah. But this isn't somebody that you don't know.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is the boss man.
I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
I haven't introduced him yet. I'll probably tell you guys about him after we settle with the dragon. Egg, names.
Yeah. Need a name.
Names that could either be boy or girl.
It's a black dragon egg, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alexander. Alex. No?
Leslie. I'm just kidding.
You monster.
Hey, it's a unisex name.
Jamie?
It is. I've known dudes named Leslie.
It is. What about Jamie?
Eudora.
Still laughing about Allison fell into my trap.
It is good.
All right.
Chris, what are multi-gender names?
Jamie.
Nocturne.
I
Don't
like
ask me. You know what I would do in this situation? I will Google D&D dragon genderless names.
Alex. I like Alex.
Alex the Dragon.
Yeah. Or Jamie.
Winslow.
Well, Winslow is not genderless.
Yeah, it is.
I've
I
don't-
literally Googled unisex names and Winslow comes up.
No,
yeah,
not that one.
No.
Onyx.
That's a good one because
I like
it's a black
Onyx, yeah.
dragon.
Mm-hmm.
The second result when you search unisex names is unisex names for girls. What?
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense. I would say
Unisex name, but leans girl.
So do you want to go with Onyx?
I would go with
talking about-
androgynous names list.
Onyxia.
Onyx is literally a mineral.
Well, yeah, but it's a
I know.
Pick
So
up-
I mean, it's unisex as fuck because it's literally a rock.
yeah.
And they're gonna be tough as anything can be. So
What?
Yeah.
You don't
And-
gender your rocks?
If we're naming
Isn't
her after
Onyx black too?
yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
And it's a black dragon egg.
Obsidian.
Obsidian
I like
would work,
Obsidian too. Actually,
think
now that I
that's
think of Onyx, I
Onyxia.
just think of the Pokemon. So
I do too.
So how
Okay.
about Obsidian then?
the A's, nays,
Obsidian is when
stone.
yeah, but it's when lava crystallizes into glass.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is coming from Lavik.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hematite.
the fighting wolf of.
Oh, he's gonna
What?
tell you now. You're not gonna make somebody translate it?
Okay, someone's got to
Mag-
translate it.
Magnetite.
That's no, that'll make me think like a Pokemon too. So what are we thinking?
I think we're all here, right? Oz?
Nope.
I'm leaning
Yeah.
towards.
We're still waiting for Oz.
I'm leaning towards Obsidian.
Obsidian
Yeah.
or Onyx is fine. Yeah.
Then we can nickname them Sid. When they're older and they could talk to us.
Even better. Perfect.
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to visit Sid.
Anytime soon.
I mean, with the way this group goes, yeah, we have no idea.
Teleportation circles.
So Chance will propose the name Obsidian.
Sid for short.
Sid for short.
All right. Well, as soon as Oz comes back, we jump back in. I don't want to miss anything just because he's
Mm-hmm.
bioing or something.
And make sure he's okay with the name Sid.
I'm a little out of
Obsidian.
breath. I had to run all the way downstairs to say hi to the wife because she's in the basement in bed. Then I had to go to the second floor and feed the dog. Then I had to go back down to the basement and use the bathroom. And then I had to come all the way back up here.
You don't have a bathroom upstairs?
I do, but I went downstairs because I don't know why.
To see your wife again?
Yeah, kinda, but she's busy with work. They only hired like 5 marketers back for all of the concerts in the Midwest. So she has 2 states that she's got to do all of the advertising for.
Ouch.
And so she's responsible for all of the clubs. She has like 3 stadiums. And I think she said 4 or 5 like medium-sized concert venues. So she's like, and now that people aren't as afraid to go to that kind of thing, she's so busy. She's getting like 10 concerts she's got to do marketing plans for every day. She's responsible for Ohio and Michigan.
So she
Damn.
doesn't have like set hours or anything. She just has to get the job done.
Well, yeah, I mean, she kind of does. She's supposed to be working from like 10 to 6, but
Hey.
a lot of times she's up there earlier and later.
Well, Oz is back.
Yay!
Hi,
Hello.
Oz.
Laugri turns towards Chance and asks, "What name?"
Chance looks at the group briefly, makes eye contact with like all of them, including Taliesin at the table, even if he's not looking over. So head
I'll be looking
contact,
over.
and then looks back at Laugri and like puffs up the chest, like arms out. Obsidian. Yeah, Yeah.
Sid for short.
Sid for short. How's that sound, boss?
Yeah, you get a little crack of a smile and a nod. Sounds good. We can exchange here. And he puts back out those 1,000 platinum coins.
Chance turns back to
1,000
Ixie.
or 100?
It's 10,000 gold worth of platinum, so I think it's
Okay.
1,000. So I think it's 1,000 coins. So it's
Okay.
it's a big satchel.
Yeah, because 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, cool.
Yeah, so I was wrong at first. So I've corrected myself since.
Jerk's looking at the coins and he just says to himself, I've always wanted to fly.
That Chance turns back to Vixie and makes grabby hands at him. Grabby claws. Paws.
Zoop. Zoop. Right here on the bar?
Agreed.
Okay.
Um,
You
No,
look
I
at
mean, I
you
agree
look
with
at
your
Laugri
concern.
and you think,
I don't think anybody's gonna fuck with this guy.
nobody's messing with this dude.
Okay, Chance. Reach in and pull out the egg of onyx.
Obsidian.
Obsidian, I'm sorry. I'm bad at this already.
It's okay. I reach into the bag and I slowly pull out the beautiful black dragon baby egg, which probably fills up my arms, right?
Lowry opens his own bag of holding for you to put the egg inside.
Turn towards him and very gently lower it in there and like try to give it like a little pat, like, I'll see you soon.
Closes it up.
Then I will.
Slides Chance over the bag of 1,000 platinum.
I'll take the bag and.
Jerk will offer his bag of holding for the platinum.
And I guess I'll shrug and slowly drop the bag of all that in his bag.
Oh wait, we've had this. Someone did this calculation before.
Bag tricks.
Ixavix do the how much would 1,000 coins weigh?
Oh boy, that was a while ago. It's.
I know, but I'm just
way
hoping
out
that
the
I
chat.
don't have to. I can remember it.
Oh,
Oh
let
yeah,
me look.
the chat's been erased too, so you'd have to go back through the old stuff.
I also put it in the Discord a long time ago. Let me see if I have it in my session notes.
I don't think it was that long ago.
It was probably 4 of this session ago when we were still at the Dragons.
50 coins weigh a pound. So what's
Okay.
1,000 divided by 50?
I don't know, man. I was in integrated math.
20 pounds. 20 pounds of platinum. That is a hefty bag.
It's like a crate of milk.
Yeah, and Lowry's
Box
just
of
like
kitty litter.
just big old. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like
Like
a
a crate
it's
of
like
water.
it's like a bag of cat litter, but of coins, and he just slams this big thing on the table. Like, seems ridiculous that it is almost light to him.
Yeah, it could be the first thing to go into your brand new bag of holding.
I don't know what Chance does with it, but it's on the table there. You could probably
put it
slide
away.
that into a backpack,
Yeah, she
take
put
other
it.
things out.
She put it in my bag of holding.
Yeah.
Is that right, Chance?
Maybe we could divide
Alright.
it up later. But I'm not gonna divide up all that on the bar. I have more common sense than that. Not much,
There you go. Yeah.
but a little.
This is swift enough exchange. Lowry does take a big ol' hand and puts it on your back, Chance, and you've done good.
Chance is all big smiles now. Tail twitching, ears twitching.
I think this calls for a drink. And he raises up his arm, his massive limbs, tree trunks of his size, and bartender. Round for my close friends. And he gestures towards the group of you. I think it's Odin or Odwin.
Odwin.
Odwin. Yeah, Odwin. Just, yep,
Odwin
right away.
out.
The god Odin.
Shots. And he slides the...
Chance perks up, stands on his tiptoes to see over everybody a little bit more, and like gestures for Taliesin to come back over.
Yeah, Taliesin would be kind of like watching from a distance. So get up and come over.
Yeah. He just raises up a shot of whiskey and he's gotten for everybody and passes them out. It's like, to friends and family.
Goes to that.
Yells, friends and family!
Friends and family.
Tyre's like, friends and family! And then the bar's like, they've just been, kind of paying attention to him and reciting off him. People hold up their drinks, friends and family! And the whole bar.
Insight
Nice.
question.
Yeah.
Is this a Zentarim thing?
Yes.
Is this
Friends and family?
particular friends and family thing a Zentarim
It just
thing?
sounds like half the phrases that Drake ever had to learn.
Well,
It's-
no, friends and family isn't, but
It sounds like
Right? Yeah. No, it's not. But maybe maybe that's
Like-
the thing that
like
Zen are
family
into.
is capitalized here, is what I'm saying.
Right? Do you want to do a? Yeah, it probably would be. Do you want to do an insight check to?
No, that it's not
Sounds
that
like it.
deep.
It's not. It's not that deep. Yeah. It's definitely a a nod towards the family, and
Yeah.
he's also giving credit to the rest of you, having heard from Tyre what you've all accomplished by defeating a dragon.
When you're here, your family.
Oh man.
TGI Fridays.
I think that's actually Applebee's.
Okay, Fuddruckers. I don't
Ooh,
know.
I miss Fuddruckers so much.
Do they have those in the Midwest?
Yeah, they used to.
That doesn't
Yeah,
answer my question.
Jarek, did you hear your family out loud? Because
Olive Garden.
Laugry's hand just wide swings off in your direction for 15. I don't think that actually hits you though.
No. Why did he?
And he just kind of stretches a little bit and brings it back in, like
Why did you try to hit me?
doesn't say anything to you.
I thought we were cool, man.
When you're here, your family just seemed to set him off.
When you're family, you get hit.
Family all the time,
My
jerk.
experience has told me anything. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, same. Oh, let's not turn this into a therapy session.
Shit.
Well, anyways, thanks for watching. Apparently, we all need to talk. Yeah, but so
Taking this offline.
right, yeah. Yeah, but so like it's not too late in the day. It's probably you guys are probably around like the sun has finally set. The ghosts have started making their appearance as the sun has crouched over the horizon, and now you're starting to see their bodies fall. It's going to be a little bit later in the evening until you hear their yells. But
So-
the bar is starting to get a little rowdy, and
So guys, now that we
your
have
guys.
a shitload
Ask
of money, what do we want to commission from this dragon?
I
would personally like the
Chris, can you send me a copy of that list?
it's in the chat.
I also have a copy
On
of
roll
it.
20.
I would personally like the
Here it is. Yes.
oh, where is it?
You wanted the
Cloak.
cloak of the winged cloak,
Yes,
the dragonhide
absolutely.
cloak,
I want
so you
that
could
so
fly.
badly.
That's only
I just want a
1500,
dagger.
so.
So
What about the arrows? You can make those arrows if you get a Fletcher's kit.
yeah, so I gotta go buy a Fletcher's kit, and I can make the arrows. I don't
I
need to outsource.
think the green dragon scale mail would be perfect for Taliesin. It's expensive, but it's also probably going to be like the best thing he could get ever in terms of armor.
It's the rarest item that comes out of the corpse of the Green Dragon. By far.
I've done the math, and it's basically the best thing we can get a druid to wear. It's the
Yeah.
equivalent of regular heavy armor.
It is end game. It is end game armor that would be
Yeah.
Yes.
available.
Here
Yeah.
comes Taliesin with his scale mail armor on his wolf, with his headdress.
How often do you fight not polymorphed in melee range?
It depends. I don't really have to. I
Not
was
even in
mainly.
melee range, but
I'm not polymorph. I'm not a polymorph build.
okay.
This
Okay, so this would suit you pretty good.
I'm Circle of the Shepherd, so
Which
I
is-
mainly am
It's supposed to
spellcaster
be a-
healer.
It was supposed to be a
Pokemon.
summoning build, but that wasn't really viable until now we have the good Tasha's summoning spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I essentially only use polymorph, or not polymorph, wild shape to tank when after kind of like our paladin. We didn't have our paladin anymore, so we didn't really have like a dedicated tank, and so I was like trying to help out with being on the front line.
Let's see.
And
As
now
you-
Godwall's real buff.
As
Yep.
for myself, I mean, Ring of Protection or the Headband of Intellect would be helpful.
What does do I know what a stone of acid arrow means? Like, does it make arrows acid? Does it cast acid arrow?
if you ask Tyre, he unfortunately is like, I mean, that's just what the guy told me. I think it's magic acid arrows, but I'm not entirely sure. But I can definitely take you guys around town to talk to these various jewelers, woodworker, leather workers, mages, and things. I mean that Laugre showed me. And he kind of turns, gives him a little nod, sips on the whiskey.
Flute of Fear.
I think one of the really important things that I found is that the things we've got are so valuable.
Yeah, we can get a lot of money to get things that aren't on the list. If we can find things that we need that are not on the list.
The only thing that I would really need off this list is the armor, and that's gonna be a lot of money. So if we can't get it, that's not that big of a deal.
That's acceptable. Like, I would give up. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the party feels, but I'm fine with it.
He saved my life, so.
How much did we get? It's 1,000 platinum coins.
We got
That's 10,000
gold.
Over the course of the evening, as you guys have kind of been like pushing up towards the bar, like all the seats on the bar have kind of been offered up to you for all the drinks and everything you've been given them. People have kind of gone away, so you all now have essentially like the row at the bar to yourselves.
Civix, you still want to sit on the bar next to me and Laugre?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see everything from here.
And like how late is it? You said it's still relatively early.
Like,
The sun is set and the ghosts have started appearing, so I would say like 7 p.m.
Okay. Does
because it
anybody,
is early spring.
Does anybody want to come with me to the Drunken Lobster? I could probably expand our allowances there.
What's over there other than lobsters and drunkenness?
Not a
We can
whole
get
lot.
drunkenness here.
I'll go.
I can't believe I've missed this. You guys have all been drinking for a hot minute, and you've enjoyed some of the beers, so I'm going to need some Constitution saving throws from everyone.
I was wondering.
Chance,
I'll agree with that. I took
chance
the
with
shot.
disadvantage.
I've been taking it easy, but I have been drinking. I think now's the time.
I'm at like, I'd say 2, 3 drinks. Yeah, that's fair.
Oof. All right, 7.
13.
I'm pretty sure I'm at like 4 at least.
God, I
At 9 and
Yeah,
So 10.
Chance is gone.
Godwald, Taliesin, and Chance. So Godwald and Taliesin, you're. Well, actually, you've been drinking for a while, so the DC would be up.
I'd say that shot hit me pretty hard.
You're all intoxicated. Chance, you currently suffering under the poisoned condition. Just means that you have disadvantage on saving throws and attack rolls and things. So you are drunk. But everybody else, you're tipsy. If you were to keep drinking, you definitely feel that you would.
It's only.
It's an if or no question. How much did you eat today? When's the last time you had a meal?
I ate this morning.
I don't know.
No, I ate
morning.
like 4 hours ago.
I ate a
I had
burger.
fish and chips.
A big
Right.
burger.
Yeah,
My character's lightweight.
right.
Well, maybe we
but
should.
yeah.
Maybe we
So,
should
but
save it for
before you
tomorrow
leave,
and-
Chance Laugre does look at you and he's like, if you're all looking for more money and you have that second egg, I can help you.
You know about that one. I have plans. I have plans.
Chance looks between Ixavix and Godwald. Like, are you guys sure? You know it's gonna be a great place two baby
Yeah.
brother sister things playing together.
Godwald, I wanted to give this to the church to see if they knew anybody to
Yeah, that's.
raise them.
Can we not do all of this today?
Chance
It,
turns back to
I'm in
Logry then.
I'm in town for the next few days. I'm gonna be representing the Zenorum. Talking to Chance. I'll be representing the Zents to the Lord's Alliance soon.
All right, then I guess Bossman, we may, he's like kind of leaning against the bar, really drunk. I think we may talk to you later. And he like winks and finger guns at him.
You get a nod.
And he also stage whispers, not very stage whispery, like, I'll try to convince them.
Hmm.
It gets a little bit of a smile out of him. You're always silly, Chance.
All right. Well, we might want to head back to the hotel, considering y'all are plastered.
Just
Oh,
tipsy.
I'm not wasted.
Yeah.
Chance is a little wobbly.
Chance is drunk.
The rest of you feel it, but you're not like under the poison condition. Like
He's
Chance is.
like, Ix is just ordering water from here on out.
Well,
He's trying to get rid of it.
I would like
Taliesin-
to
And it is only about 7 o'clock. Not like real life where it's 10:30 and I'm still drinking.
Talison's gonna like try to be like, here, like try to give like Chance a piggyback ride or like offer to. Like, just come on, let's go.
Chance,
I'll tell Chance.
Gleefully.
I gotta look.
I'm 6 foot.
You're 6 foot, Taliesin. You're.
I think I'm like 5'10".
Hey, so
Yeah.
you're not too bad. Not too different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're about the same size.
I can
Chance.
do it.
Gleefully launches himself at Talison's back.
Yeah.
Polymorph into an ape to carry.
No, I think I could do it.
Strength check.
I got that drunk strength.
Strength check because you're tipsy.
Let's see.
Do I knock us to the floor?
Oh. Not a saving throw. Oh, just strength.
Well, it did jump on you, so sure, save.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not my save. Well, that is my save.
Okay.
Boy.
Chance, as he's like, come on, Chance, to the back. Unexpectedly, Chance jumps on your back, and you both kind of tumble down to the ground.
Can we say that I do eventually get up and I'm able to do this, or no?
Yeah, no, after it. But just in this brief, excited moment, there's a bit of a tumble, and like, oh, what? And you're like, no, let's try. And Chance is like, let's try it again.
All right. Fuck.
Intoxicated.
I should have expected that.
But it was unexpected, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah.
Chance can piggyback on Taliesin
Alright.
to walk. After all, you guys left some adventuring gear back at the
Yeah,
hotel.
we're not as
so
heavy.
you don't have every single hammer and pitton and whatever in your packs. So
Yeah.
not a big
Cool.
deal. Yeah,
And
all
somebody
right.
carry me. Somebody carry me. I want to be carried too.
You're not drunk.
I'm tipsy. And I'm
Chance
small
points.
and I want to see above people's heads.
Chance points at Jerk. Jerk, good sir.
All
Help
right,
the
we'll-
flying shiny thing.
We'll try.
Puppies.
Exivix is a small creature, so it is of no difficult task to put him up on your shoulders.
Thank you.
All right, let's roll. Where are we going? I have
To the
business.
fort.
I have business to attend to at the Drunken Lobster. I have some people to talk to.
All right.
I could go for lobster.
Are we going home? And should I do this tomorrow?
I don't know.
Well, I thought we were going to teleport to Loudwater tomorrow, but we might want to
Out of
we've got some
character,
time.
we still got to give the dragon egg to the temple.
Yeah, I
Still got
know.
to go to
Well,
the
I was-
drunken lobster. We don't have to
Yeah.
teleport right first thing in the morning, do we?
No, but I was like, that was my point. I was like, we've got some time. The cultists are moving on carriage caravan by
Yeah.
horse, it's going to take them a long time to get where they're going. So, and also I don't know if all of us are going to be in a shape to go right away in the morning.
I could sober up pretty quick. We don't know.
Well, I can head to the lobster.
Chance might have a
Center.
good night's rest.
Yeah.
No, but like I said,
We have to go shopping
only
tomorrow.
Chance is really actually intoxicated. The rest of you just have had a few drinks.
Kind of buzzed.
You're a little tipsy, but you're not under that condition.
It's too late to go to those
Statistically.
Artisans
I think
and
it was-
crafters that
I think it was only like
Tyre
7.
was talking about.
It's only like 7:00. Yeah, so sun is set, but like I said, it's Neverwinter is a city where it's actually quite warm season round. So they light their torches on the streets, like providing enough light to walk around, and the city stays awake for a while. And it's a pretty big city, so basically think like, how late are things in Chicago open? Like 7:00? Yeah, no problem. Like 10 p.m. to go to like somebody a crafter? Like probably not.
I would like to try to stop by some sort of like leather worker and be like, could you make and be like, hello, would you be able to make a I've got a hide and I've got a hide that I'd like you to make like some sort of shawl cape out of, and then kind of like think about it for a minute. Not out of this guy. Like I've got like a different hide that I would like you to make this out of.
Not out of Chance.
Not out of Chance. Different hide. But I would like to it's actually a Paragon owlbear, and I'm looking to have a type of cloak made out of it, if you could.
Okay, so you want to do this like before you head there?
I would think that
with
I
the
would
other
like
information about the because you guys now know for certain items from the Dragon's Carcass, you're going to go to that leather worker, and you're probably going to be ended up in the same place that.
Okay.
there.
Well,
So,
I mean, because my thought was just
I
like
would
I
throw
would
that
drop
out
it
there.
off with the money and have to come back later. So I figured.
Okay. Then yeah, you can. If you guys are, I mean, as you know, there are all the bridges to cross from the Tower District over to get to the chasm. You're gonna have to go through the Blue Lake District, then down to the Protector's Enclave, and then over,
Okay.
unless you catch a ferry or
We should really build more
hire a
bridges.
boat. There's boats. There's boats you can take. You can hire.
Are ferries a pretty like regular thing that they just like randomly go across?
Yeah, there's a couple places. There's a couple places up and down the river where you could just grab a boat and.
Yeah,
and
like the
get ferried
gondolas
across.
in Venice.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys just take a ferry.
Yeah, so you could do that, or you could go through the Blue Lake District. You can catch by a leather worker.
I feel
And
like
talk
we'd
about
get
this.
About
we'd get a better price if we commissioned that with the dragon armor.
Yeah, and how long is it going to take to craft all these things? Could be a while.
Get a better price. I'm trying to craft something that's completely separate from the dragon armor.
Well, I know, but if
Yeah,
if we commission the same person with multiple jobs, maybe you'll give us a little break on some of them.
Okay.
But it might also take longer.
probably gonna take longer.
There's
Out
no
of
way
character.
it's not gonna get done.
You're
by the
not
time
talking
we have
about
to
like
leave.
you're not talking about like an individual at this point too. You're talking about essentially a shop with a collection
Like
of
a
workers.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll be the best team in Neverwinter because they're the only people who can work with what we're giving them.
Okay.
City of Skills.
Well,
It's up to you guys where you want to go.
that's
I-
fine. I just figured like if it's gonna take some time, I might as well drop it off now. But I mean,
I think
I-
the real reason I'm mentioning it is because I know you guys always want to like talk, haggle, and do some things. So, if you're gonna end up doing it about something else at that same shop some other point in time, why not all do it at once? More like
that's fair.
just a
Yeah, that's fair. No, I mean we can
how
not
about
do it right now.
how about more of a party vote? Where are you guys headed?
Let's just go to the Drunken Lobster. I'm gonna post an image of the type of cape that I'm trying to make so that I don't forget.
Perfect.
It's
help
like
me.
that thingy.
I am just a passenger on Talison's back.
Okay.
So, Talison, you're
Sanchez?
not wearing your headdress, right?
Chance
No,
says
I
no
took it
vote.
off.
Taliesin wants to go to the leather worker right now. Ixie, Godwald, Jerk.
Ixie would like to go along to any of the crafting stores, any magic stores. He'll just go along. He's on
Jerk's shoulders.
Jerk's shoulders.
So you're
Well,
going where Jerk goes.
Jerk's,
I'm fine with going to the Drunken Lobster, and we can do this next time.
Yeah,
Cause...
Jerk's going to the Drunken Lobster because he's trying to make more money.
We just
Godwald?
traded over an egg. That's more commerce than I was expecting for today.
Well, we could
you
also, I mean, if we say we're there, I think Jared and I could find some time to haggle over my inventory so we don't have to make people sit through it next time too.
And then we have a budget.
Yeah.
That's, to me, a valid point. If true.
The other thing I would say to that,
Big
still
if
out of
true.
character, is everybody post in the Discord or somewhere what exactly they do want, so we can figure out how much we actually need, and then
Right,
what we're selling.
That'll be important. Just to know what you want off that list individually will be important, because then I can take the rest of the stuff.
And
when I'm talking about gizzards and
Yeah.
esophagus and whatever, and then tell you how much that item could get you in trade to these people. So that'll be good to. I guess that's probably a better reason to say let's hold off on that whole going
Okay.
to the particular artisans. Because
Yeah,
then
that's
we
fine.
can say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then we can also like loop Tyre, and we can.
Yeah. I have written these things down in a physical book with pen and paper for some stuff that I need. I'm gonna go grab that book, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I mainly just wanted to tell the joke about not skinning Chance.
Ah, gotcha.
I thought
the
it was funny.
whole thing was just to get to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
I can respect that.
That's why I
respect
wanted.
I-
That's why
I
I
really
wanted to go
respect
to the
that.
shop.
Chance is like half asleep, and he like waves a hand at the leather worker, like, not me, not me.
Somebody literally cut a hole in their Xbox One S and added a fucking water cooler to it.
is that, I mean, did it need that?
Did they do a good job?
I mean, like, wait, I'll post it in games and memes. Like, it looks like they literally took like what is it called? Like a fucking Dremel tool and just like dremeled out a hole and then just threw it in there, like stuck it on there somehow.
Oh no.
But it's like there's no
Yeah.
fans pulling air through the radiator, so I don't really know how well it's actually working, but what the fuck? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
I don't know what a violin of terror is. Sounds like something out of the table of. Sounds like something out of the pile of things.
Sounds fun.
Sounds great.
Sounds like someone will die of fun.
What is the throat one? What was that called?
Flute of Fear.
The Flute of Fear.
Sounds similar.
I like it. I like the Flute of Fear.
Like, it might just be the pipes of haunting or something else.
Sounds like fun. But yeah, like baseline, I want a dagger, which is only 150 gold. So
Okay. You don't want the special dragon arrows?
I mean, I can do that too. I gotta remember to buy the Fletcher's kit. I don't have to commission somebody to make that. I can make that.
Yeah,
Alright.
that'd be cool.
Sorry about that. I bought myself the World Builder's Journal, and I started filling things out in here and writing things in a physical form instead of digitally. Of course, that meant I lost the book because I Just moving things around. But you guys now headed to the Drunken Lobster. Is that right?
I'm okay with that. Again, I'm mostly a no vote until like you guys like feed me or sober me up, or I go to sleep. So Dirk, you still want to go to the Drunken Lobster?
I do.
Hi, Onion.
Oh, sweet ferret. The fur noodle.
All right. Yeah. As you guys, do you guys hire a boat, or do you walk?
We'll take the long way. So
Take the
Chance
long way,
has
hoping
an
to
opportunity to sober up a little bit.
get a little bit of sobering up in you. Takes you 20 minutes to walk across, get to the bridge, and then if I pretend to get into the Protector's Enclave and through the wall, past the gate that leads you to what are essentially the slums, the area around the chasm.
All right,
You get to the
just a warning, little guy. This is going to be a bit of a rougher bar. It's not in the good area of town. But stick with us and you'll be fine.
So as you head in, the weather has a bit of a turn. What would probably be a early spring snowstorm turns into a early spring shower. The area known as the chasm is the most rundown section of the city, whereas the other districts have names and populations. This is where the destitute adventurers, the failed farmers, the ship hands who have lost a hand and can't find work end up in order to kind of eke out a meager existence. Eke out a meager existence. Those words jammed up in my head a little bit. As you approach the Drunken Lobster, it has the corpse of a large crustacean that the Denzians have just stuffed a series of alcoholic bottles into and around. Basically, after people have had their drinks, they climb on the building and shove their bottles into it, and that's what's over time given the bar its name of the Drunken Lobster. It's the dive bar of dive bars. I think we once described this as the wretched hive of scum and villainy. Also, the working class folks who want to make a buck but don't have another place to get work or a cheap ale. Like I said, the failed farmers, sailors working in dock jobs, loggers working in the forest, carpenters repairing some of the buildings, and maybe an occasional new person to town who didn't quite get as far as the other districts. You guys have met. I think most of you have been here in the past, except for Exivix, if I remember correctly. So you would have met the owner, Krazora, who is a half-orc. This place has bare walls, uneven tables and chairs. And like I said, the scum of high villainy. As you go through the door, though, Jerk Krazoa sees you and Ah, old friend.
Hey, man. How's business going? It's been a
It
couple
goes
days.
it goes shitty.
Ah,
You like ale?
yes, please. I'm looking to sell some things as well.
Here's ale.
It
I
goes shitty.
I am not salesman. You know this.
I know this.
You always joke. You laugh with me. I laugh with you.
How much are you for
jerk.
the ale?
It is 5. It is 5 silver.
I'll give him a gold.
Oh, you give me too much.
I know.
You have been successful.
It's because
You
I
have
love
had
you, man.
great fortune.
Yes. You didn't hear yet? Good. I get to tell you. So me and my friends here. You remember when I was in here asking about a dragon cult a while ago? Those people in purple. Well, we found them, and we killed the dragon.
Ants from Taliesin back.
So this
This
guy
puff's in the air.
stands. He's like portly but large and kind of. Hey, the little jerk killed dragon. This calls for a drink. And he looks at the gold and does a quick calculation and a round of ale for everyone. Because you and your party, your friends.
I'll pass.
Let's
Thank
make.
you.
Oh, it's a celebration. We must drink.
Gimme Hands. Chance wants it. Somebody should stop him, but he wants it.
He's gonna like grab his hand. Nah, you good, buddy. I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure this one gets back to the
Jerk, you
hotel.
remember that ale here is pretty cheap. It's like
Yeah, it's cheap and it's weak, so
It's weak, yeah.
it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We can have one.
Okay, you think?
I don't
All
know.
right. All right.
It's
Yeah, I'll have
almost,
one.
you guys can manage an ale here.
it's like Bud
I'm
Light.
glad. Please come. Yeah, if you're not thirsty, drink. Eat.
What's on the menu today?
It's been a long time
Fish.
since we've eaten anything.
See,
Fish. Perfect.
Oh yeah, Chance, you like fish, right?
He's
we
just
got
like Kitty from your back.
seafood. They did not. From the ducks. They did not want. You want?
He wants.
Chance wants.
Aye, yes.
Yeah, should probably eat something.
Snappers. Bite.
I mean, if we're
Salmon,
drunk,
clams. I don't know seafood, but it's a
Is-
variety of seafood and
Halibut.
Halibut. Yes, much
Hal-
halibut.
halibut for the halibut.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say. I was going for the halibut.
Mm-mm.
yeah,
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna
I've gone to Carabar really drunk and ate a bunch of fried food before. I could do this.
I'm gonna do a scan of the
Haven't we
bar and
all?
see if any of my usual buyers are here.
As you look around the tavern, you do notice 2 familiar faces. And let me actually, is there not a third one? Oh no, yeah. So you do notice 2 familiar faces. Ruckham Warpike, a human you've dealt with before, and Ryan Riverbleeder, a water genasi. Ruckham has long brown hair, brown eyes. He's got a massive scar over his mouth. That's probably the most noticeable thing anyone will ever see over him, as it kind of cuts across and affects his speech a bit. And then Ryan Riverbleeder, she has a angular face, blue skin, a series of piercings and tattoos, and she wears a blue peacoat. You know that she's a sailor.
Now,
And that he is definite, and Ruckham is definitely not.
which one of them? Shit. All right, so I've got a lot of jewelry and gems and stuff. Which one of them is
Please,
more
everyone,
likely?
take seat, get to table. I'll bring you food that you.
Is there,
One
is there a
One
table?
of the girls will will take your orders.
Is there a table close to them? And
Yeah.
are they together?
Yeah, there is. There's tables open. There's tables open all over here. and they are not together. They are at different sides. Ruckum sits by himself at a table in the corner, and Ryan, she sits with a couple other sailors.
Okay. Well, then I'll pick out a table. I'll set Ixie down, and I'll put 5 gold on the table. Remove. So that's for them to eat with, and then I'm gonna go over to Ruckum. See the one who's by himself in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll head over to him.
Just gonna be snacking.
Hello, Dirk.
Ruckum, it's a pleasure.
It's
How you
been a
been,
while.
handsome?
Fuck you.
Oh, I'm joking. We go way
Yeah.
back.
You can go stuff that up your ass, buddy. But I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Not too bad. Not too bad. So I have I've got some things that I'm looking to unload.
It's not just shit coming out your ass, is it?
No, absolutely not.
I know you tried to sell me some junk in the past.
Yeah, that was in the past. I've actually I've turned over a new leaf, brother. I've been trying to help people now instead of take from them. And I'll be honest with you, it's a lot more lucrative than you would think.
Oh yeah, you're out adventuring, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So do we want to listen to me list off all this stuff? Or do we want to end it here and have me and Jared get together and figure out what all this is worth?
Well, you got a lot of goods?
I got a lot of good.
Alright. Yeah, we could take a talk. Let's head outside and have a smoke.
Absolutely. You know, it's been a long time since I've had a smoke. That sounds great.
Oh, I don't have my pipe anymore.
And Ruckum goes outside with you to. And we can do that later if you want.
Yep.
We're talking about just the goods that you have. In general, through that conversation and what you remember before, he deals a lot he specializes in potions and brews, and that's the kind of stuff that he gets. So pretty much things that come in a bottle.
Okay, I've got a couple of those.
So that's what he knows and he sells or trades in.
Okay.
So.
And then the Genasi, do I know which he deals in? What has she bought from me in the past?
You probably remember that being the sailor, the captain that she is, or first mate, or cruiseman, whatever she ends up being, often just slips in treasures that they find. So it's a wide variety of things, but she's over having a mildly quiet drink with some sailors.
All right. So I will take care of business with these two off screen. Because it is 11. Do we want to keep going?
We could call it there.
We could call it there and pick up next week.
I do want to throw in.
Everybody's had a little bit of something on their plate here for Neverwinter.
I do want to throw in whenever you guys talk about this stuff. I have a bunch of gems.
All right. Well, do you want to list them and I'll?
You know there are jewelers that you can be talking to as well.
The thing that will happen.
Mining
True.
guilds, guilds that you're a part of.
Yes, we
Oh,
have
yeah,
we have
I
more
have some.
affiliations.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right.
No,
If we
yeah,
actually-
all right.
If we get
that's
official
fair.
ranks in the mining guild, we get one step closer to 8 badges.
I
Yeah.
have 700 gold pieces worth of gems.
I've got probably about the same, maybe more.
I don't have that many, but I do have a decent amount. I also have some kind of cowboy belt buckle. That's in my notes. It's just some kind of cowboy country boy belt buckle.
You found that
Ooh,
in the
You
trash
found that
heap.
in the trash.
I know.
What?
I know.
Who wants my signature ale I've been brewing? A dry hopped lobster drop.
I'll try it.
It sounds interesting. Give me a pint.
Try it.
It's 5 silver a pint.
All right.
Can't
I'll remove
fumbles
5
with his
silver.
He's licking you
It's
guys up
money
and
that
down
gives
and
you-
thinks you're wealthy enough to afford 5 silver a pint.
It's not 5 silver a pint, you guys.
I know that it's not.
Janice
but
is
we-
drunk. You don't
I
stop
know,
him.
but we don't know.
You're paying
Yeah.
for Miller Lite.
That's fine. I
No,
don't
but
know that.
This is his signature brew of the tavern. I have written up signature brews for the taverns. So the
Yeah.
dry hopped lobster drop. It is strangely sweet.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. If you like
think
a
I like
sweet
it.
if you like a sweet ale.
Hints of crustacean.
Hints of crustacean and
a
a bit
little
of
bit of salt.
like a citrus.
Yeah. Citrus, some
Like,
salt
to kind
there.
of cover up the crustacean.
Is this just fermented crab juice?
He's good. His
It is
ale is dry hopped lobster drop.
Chance
I
likes
agree.
it.
I think
Chance
it's
is
good.
still drunk though, so
Does
he have his halibut?
It's definitely tasty. You can get an order in, and yeah, you can get your fish. And we can do that all next session.
Yeah,
if you'd like.
I would think that we would all try to eat.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
late.
Have-
too, I get it. Well, this was fun,
Yeah,
guys. I
absolutely.
enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Have a
I'm glad we got to meet
Waffle House
Laugri
moment.
and deal with the purchase of a dragon egg.
Yeah.
I'll
and
try
get punched in
to
the chest.
falling for my trap.
It was funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll try to have some numbers associated with what the value, because I kind of did it from the other way. Like, here's what you could make, and here's how much it would cost you with the most expensive item. But I'll try to also then turn around and be like, if you sold that item to these dealers, what you could get for it. So that way, if you guys do a round of leatherworker, smiths, mages, etc., next
Yeah.
time, you can talk about what you would be able to pick up from each of them, but sell to them essentially in exchange for stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can make. It sounds like that would help with informing your decisions on. Because if you want that 10,500 gold armor, you're gonna probably need to sell a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or another black dragon egg.
No, we're not doing that.
yeah, we're definitely not probably doing that.
I mean, it's not a
It's an
big deal
That's
to
an
me.
easy 10,000 gold.
Yeah, it's an easy
No.
10,000 gold. But
Going to a
we
good
have,
home.
We have
Yeah.
a shitload of money in our inventories. We just gotta clean
We-
them out.
We don't know where the egg came from in the first place. Doesn't
Well, that
anyone
was
wanna
my
question how they
question.
had access?
Well, that's what I want to know is like, why the fuck did they have black dragon eggs? Because the dragon that we
See?
fought was green.
Yep.
See, the vet gets it.
Buck, that was a good one.
I'm so glad that this question arises. I very specifically set these things out.
Like, this is the egg is the wrong color. Checkmate, atheists.
Alright, I'm gonna kill the stream.
All right.
All right.
Good night,
Good night,
Internet.
Internet.
Good night.
Bye.